Awkward. Awkward.
Yeah? Well, fuck you, Robin.
And now, our feature presentation.
And now, being recorded in front of a live studio audience at Mrs. O'Leary's School for the Deaf, it's the most random show on the internet. It's TBK Live.
Let's start a riot. Dance in the fire. Let's take it higher. Shine a little brighter. So what you waiting for, waiting for, waiting for? So what you waiting for, waiting for, waiting for? Everybody come on. Everybody come on. Everybody sing na 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 na.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most random show on the internet. Welcome to a brand new episode of TBK Live. My name's Richard, and joining me, as always, is the podcasting version of Shadazy. Ashley, it's a country group. Just run with it, people.
I wasn't confused.
Sharon might be.
Yeah, I don't listen to country. I don't listen to the radio, so
Like I wasn't confused by the Shadazy reference. I'm
it.
confused why that is still a reference.
I don't know. It's the first thing that came to my mind today. Leave me alone. I've got a story to talk about my health in a minute. There's a reason. It's not pretty. And
It is not.
So, and Sharon's joining us. Hi, Sharon.
hi, how are you?
I am wonderful. I just waved at you like everyone could see it.
It's okay.
It's a day. Guys, thank you for joining us for Cinecrap and all the new shows that are coming out, but we have some announcements to make. But before we get started, Sharon,
Yes.
do you like wine?
Yeah,
That is the dumbest question I think I've ever asked on this show.
I do like wine.
You do? Would it be awesome if you could order wine from your house?
It would.
You can do that. KnockingPointWine.com. Order your wine box to have it directly shipped to your door. You don't even have to change to leave the house. KnockingPointWines.com. Use the code TBK and get $20 off your first box.
So I can shop in my pajamas?
Yes, you can shop in your
Woo.
pajamas.
And they will bring the wine to you.
That sounds
Yes.
awesome.
Yes, they will.
Which is
And,
like the perfect way to enjoy wine.
Yeah.
Right now, if you order, the wine is Jason Momoa's. It's called Dirtbag.
Okay.
Because what it suits him.
I can see it.
I told Tiffany, who, if you listened, 4 episodes ago, who talked about how much she loved the smell of Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a game coming up. We're going to buy some colognes, and we're going to find out if we can find Jason Momoa's smell. So that's going to happen. It's going to be the weirdest game we've ever done.
I mean, but what happens if we find it?
She will probably be sprayed it on everything.
Oh my God.
Like, that's what Tiffany is going to start to smell like. Are we prepared for Tiffany to smell like Jason Momoa?
She is going to make a body pillow.
It will probably
Lily,
happen.
like Lily did with Marshall and How I Met Your Mother and carried around, and it smells like Jason Momoa.
She'll have to explain it to her students.
She'll just slap a Jason Momoa like paper face on it and call it a day. Oh, we are making fun of her. Sorry, Tiffany.
We really do love you.
We do. We really do.
Don't forget to visit our store, Shop TBK, tbkmagazine.com/shoptbk. You can get the entire library for Burning Willow Press and some brand new shirts, including I'm a Sexy Wrestling Donut. Now,
Okay.
that's a face, Sharon. You made a face. I don't.
She,
no judgment.
she should have made the face.
So
No
if you-
judgment.
That's a terrible shirt.
Listen to
That
our
was
last.
a terrible.
It's not a terrible shirt. You should buy the shirt.
That was a terrible phrase. That's very strange to put on a shirt.
Yeah.
But people will enjoy it.
But it doesn't say the phrase. It's just a donut with muscles with googly eyes. So it's
And I'm pretty sure that Richard's probably going to order one.
damn right I am. Also, you can pick up our new Random Evolve t-shirts,
Which is awesome. I
which
really
celebrates
enjoy those.
the other big news that we have. Guys, we're not just on iTunes anymore. You can go to tbkradio.com and listen to every show we've ever done. Except for the first 4 episodes alive, because I don't know where the fuck they are. So, those are lost. To this day, I don't think I'm ever going to find those.
Well, I mean,
I searched. I have
happens.
searched. I found 2. I found 1 and 2, but I don't want to put them in context without 3 and 4.
Why?
You haven't listened to them? They sound like shit.
Well, you were a baby podcaster then.
Oh my goodness.
You're a grown-up podcaster now.
Yeah,
You know what
it's-
you're doing, and you have real equipment.
Yeah, that's the difference. I have real equipment because those episodes sound like they're in a hollow basement. It sounds like I am being held against my will in a Quentin Tarantino film.
You kind of were.
Probably. Probably.
I know what brought those about. You kind of were.
So that so episodes 5 for every show we've ever done. That's including the Winos, Fangirls, SNS, YWWE, 4 Downs, the League, the show, and some new Cinecrap, and some new ones coming. Because that's what I need. It's more shows. Yay! Including. And this is where it's only going to be exclusively on tbkradio.com. Our morning show will kick off. We're going to have After Midnight, which is a show where nothing is off topic.
Ooh.
I'm going to regret that.
Probably.
But it goes up after midnight. It's allowed.
Hence the name.
Yeah. And a couple other shows that I have to run by the staff before I say what they are.
That's good to get permission from the people that are involved.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, I've got one idea, and I think it's fantastic, but instead of just saying it on the show and making it happen like, I'm forcing you guys to do another show, I'm not going to do that. So.
Good. You've done that to us before.
Have I really?
Yeah.
Probably.
Cinecrap?
Maybe not shows, but ideas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll spring ideas on people when they least expect it. That's my job. So, Sharon, how have you
Your
been?
job is to be a loving and caring individual.
No, it's not. Sharon, how have you been?
I've been fine.
That's it?
Yeah.
Nothing going on in your world?
Nah.
Sharon's just here, everybody.
Normal busy stuff.
Just watching anything. Have you binged anything recently?
I started watching a new miniseries on HBO, Sharp Objects.
I've never heard of this. Have you?
Well, it's new.
I have not.
It's new?
Yeah, it's based on a novel by the same woman that wrote Gone Girl.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I like that
Yeah.
movie.
It has Amy Adams in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's only 3 episodes out so far.
Okay.
But if you have HBO Go or HBO Now, you can stream it.
Or if you have a jailbroken Fire Stick, you can watch it that way too. But that's another.
Sure.
Yeah, no.
We're not encouraging that.
Yeah.
no,
I'm enjoying
but
that,
I don't
so.
know anybody who doesn't have a Fire Stick that's not jailbroke at this point.
So, anyway.
I mean,
I know what's been
It's
going
a
on in
smart
Ashley and
thing to
I's
do.
world. Do you want to tell anybody what we've done recently?
I haven't done anything recently.
We fucking went to Nashville on a whim, which we talked about on the last show. I'm still
did.
mad I didn't get Bojangles chicken on that trip.
It was closed, okay?
It was within like
It was closed.
I
We were
looked at
literally
it
right next to 2 different ones.
and I could see it,
But we did not get out of the show until 10:30, and they closed at 10.
and tears were running down my face. I was crying it, and like next time I go to Nashville, this has to happen.
But I got a Cinnabon at 2 a.m.
You did get a Cinnabon at 2 a.m. So I'm on. Go ahead.
Win for Ashley.
It is no, and it made the car smell wonderful. I don't know if you've ever had a Cinnabon in the car for a long period of time,
I
but
don't guess so.
You
I
need
guess I've
to.
always like eaten them immediately.
I
They don't
bought
make
2.
it, you know.
she bought 2.
I bought 2. I ate one in the back seat at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I took the other one for breakfast
Gotcha.
because I had to go to work at 6.
So I got to talk about something that I'm upset about.
Okay.
This is one of many things I'm upset about because later on we have a new segment in the show. But right now, I learned something today that I am not happy about.
Okay.
So I am taking new medication. I'm not going to say what the medication is because, don't need to go that far into depth. But on Saturday night, I got home. Now, here's the thing. I drank a beer in Nashville, like at the show, because I was like, the building was a cesspool of heat.
It's a really old arena, and it's not air conditioned.
That sounds miserable.
But it wasn't that hot in there.
It was bad. It was not unbearable, but it was not fun.
After being at Warped Tour, no, this was a walk in the park. But I was like, I'm going to get a beer because, one, it was $10 for a 24 ounces of beer, where at Warped Tour, it was like $150.
Yeah.
So I got this 24 ounce can. I drank it. I was happy. I had some lemonade. And I thought, okay, on the way home, I drink a coffee just to stay awake. Life's good. I get home. And I don't know how to explain this, and this is probably the most in-depth I've ever gotten on anything on this show, even though I have talked about my sex life before. I went to pee, and it smelled like my old hometown's water. Now, when I say that, you should know that if you listen to the show, last week's show where I interviewed Aaron, it smells like sulfur.
It was so bad.
It was so bad that Ashley turned the fan on in the bathroom. And I thought, well, fuck, it's got to be the beer that's causing this. So I'm like, now I can't drink beer. Well, that was until earlier fucking today. I am sitting here working on the new podcasting stuff, which you can check us out on the Podbean app. And I'm going, all right, what's going on? I need some coffee to perk up. And then I realize what's causing my sulfur smell. It's fucking coffee. I might have to give up coffee so my pee does not smell like rotten fucking eggs.
It's really terrible. Apparently it's a thing. Didn't know it was a thing.
Nice.
But I found something that you can take to counteract it.
Nice.
Yes, but I don't want to take more pills. That's where my problem lies.
Is it a side effect of the long-term medicine?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah.
But you can take chlorophyll and it fixes it.
Because we take the same one, and I don't have any issue with this.
Yep.
Huh. Interesting.
I could be the antibiotic mixing too, but I don't know.
I've found it on both that this can make your pee smell funny.
Well, hopefully it's
Or
just
asparagus, but I don't think you've eaten that behind my back. So
hopefully it's just
Sticking
the
asparagus in my sleep. Fuck it.
hopefully it's just the short-term one that you're taking.
Oh, I'm pissy about it because I'm like, I can't drink coffee now.
Because
No,
I take the long-term one.
you're
and
going to continue to drink coffee.
I have zero problems with it.
I'm just going to have to pee when you're not home.
We'll get you the body detoxifying
Oh
chlorophyll.
no, she's going to make me go, like, I'm going to tell her I have to pee. We're going to go all the way to find where the first porta-john is, wherever it is in this town. She's like, you're using that fucking thing. And I'm going to have to use it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to subject anybody to that.
It was
Like,
bad.
I went in there, I turned on the fan, I scrubbed the toilet and everything around it to make sure there was nothing left.
The cat wouldn't go in the bathroom for an hour. That's not a joke. Because I thought, when I...
Do you think, like, maybe you're turning into a demon or
well, no.
something?
Well, yeah, that. Well, when
Satan has come to visit you?
I have taken over your body.
So when I'm peeing, I smell it, and I'm going, what the fuck is the cat ate? Because the litter box is right next to the toilet. Because it's like, hey, the cat shits, we shit, we can shit in the same area. It's fine. And I start realizing then it's me. And I'm going, what the fuck? Because I was like, what did I eat? I had lemonade, which I was like, maybe that was it. Which was really good lemonade, by the way. And yeah, so that happened to me on Saturday and today, or Friday night and tonight, and I'm really sad now that it was coffee.
I'm sure Ed is going to find the story very
Oh no,
amusing.
Ed's gonna read me when we do a Cinecraft this week. Like, I'm watching Sharknado 2 with him, and he's just gonna be like, "Hey, have you pissed sulfur today?"
Which I don't know if you did this on purpose, but you know it's Shark Week, right?
Damn right, I did it on purpose. So
Did you really?
Yeah.
Or was this an accident?
yeah, no, I did it on purpose.
Because I feel like this was an accident.
No, all right, it's an accident.
But it really is Shark Week.
I know, Ed said that too. He's like, you realize this is Shark Week, right? And I was like,
In the 30th anniversary of Shark Week. Like, this is a big deal.
so we're going to watch some motherfucking sharks and a motherfucking tornado. Guys, we got a big show today. Like, we have new segments planned.
Everybody but Sharon and I should be excited.
Well, no, the new game's awesome. We're going to play a new game today. Is that band real? We're just going to give you band names, and you guys are going to have to guess, are they real or fake? And the winner gets a prize.
Oh.
We're legit. I have a prize for the winner.
What's
Legit.
up first?
I know. There is actually going to be a winner for this game.
Normally
Because
it has to be Sharon or I that
I
gives
won a
prize.
Happy Meal, and I still didn't actually win a Happy Meal.
Did you win a Happy Meal?
Yes.
I don't remember this.
She did win a Happy Meal. When you when you lost the Happy Meal, we actually had a Happy Meal.
When I
Do I
played
owe
a
you
game
a Happy
and he
Meal?
won chapstick, I actually gave chapstick.
Which, by the way, the dog chewed up.
Oh, that's really sad.
I was worried that she might have ingested it, and then the inside of her is now like Pop Rocks.
Oh, I'm not talking about that one. That was just a gift.
Oh.
I'm
Ish.
talking about the pink lemonade.
No,
one.
the dog ate that one.
Oh, well, why would that one cause any? It's just wax.
The popping?
No.
That's not
Pink
the
lemonade.
No. Oh, that's
You
that
won
surprise.
the
That was the
lemonade
pink
one.
lemonade one.
That was the one I tried. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, she chewed up the popping one. That one was rough.
That was buzzing.
I
It's
don't.
not popping.
It'd
Well,
probably make her butt buzz, and she'd probably not like that very much.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm pissing sulfur, and the dog's just over there going. It's good times. Good time.
And
Sharon's gonna-
Ashley's gonna leave.
Does seem like a good time to step out of the room.
I'm out. Peace. Deuces. Everybody. See you later. Sharon's gonna review. What book is it?
Secrets.
I gotta
Sweet
say it like
Valley.
that, too.
Sweet Valley High 2.
Secrets. Is that? We're gonna say it like that. Also, we've got another new segment on today's show. We're opening up the mailbag. I actually have letters.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk. We're gonna answer a few questions from you guys. Why soap op? I'm gonna get on a soapbox with a certain topic coming up, and by the end of the segment, and we got a weird nerd debate question. One that is kind of medical and kind of nerdy.
Okay.
A fan sent to me, and God bless you for sending it to me. So, all that's still to come. Let's talk about San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay.
That's the big thing right now.
Oh my God.
One of my coworkers, her niece was there.
What?
Yeah, she was super, like the coworker was super excited to tell me. She was like, hey, I know someone who was there.
That's our goal for
Yeah.
this site, by the way, people. You can help us get there if you support us on our Patreon page, patreon.com/TBK magazine. That's a good plug, right?
Good plug. Good try.
I think the biggest story out of Comic-Con, which, by the way, now I'm jealous of your worker's cousin.
Niece, I think.
Niece. How much they brag? Because I assume it was probably a lot.
Well, I mean, the coworker wasn't there. She just thought I would be happy that,
Somebody was there.
Yeah. And she
Well,
met
it's
some
'cause it's
people.
awesome.
So,
San Diego is, I know it's, okay, so we've talked about this before. I love little conventions, but there's just nothing like going to the bigger conventions. Like, I don't know what it is. I prefer the bigger conventions, which is really weird. I don't know about you guys, but
Well, I mean, we like the small ones because we see people that we know there, like locally. That's
yeah,
always
that's one
nice.
thing, and that's great. But
And we
panels,
enjoy meeting, or supporting our small people. But yeah, we love
small people.
Yeah, our small businesses,
people,
our small businesses. That's really important to us.
It is.
But yeah, you can't beat a big convention.
Because there's panels.
Yeah.
And that alone makes a big convention work.
You don't even have to meet people one-on-one, just
Yeah.
to listen to stories.
Right.
One of my favorite panels ever is Alan Tudyk's that we saw in Kansas City. Like, that was fantastic.
It was fantastic and so weird.
Yeah,
And anything from, or the one dude from the guy who played Neville
yeah,
from Harry Potter was fan-freaking-tastic.
yeah. We
And
really we didn't expect that we'd get so much out of it, and that was a really great
that
panel.
was a really good one. So,
and Barrowman. I mean, we'll never turn down a chance to go.
oh my God,
listen
did you
to
see what
Barrowman.
he was wearing at Comic-Con?
Uh-uh.
A American flag onesie,
Nice,
sequined,
of course,
with sequined silver heels.
of course.
He was Captain Americana.
Nice.
Did you see there was somebody else that was cosplaying at San Diego?
Mark Hamill.
No, Ezra Miller.
Oh, I saw that. It's Toadette.
As Toadette. As
Nice.
sexy Toadette.
That
Nice.
was great.
For those of you who don't know, he was in Fantastic Beasts.
It was during that panel too for the new one.
That's
That
wonderful.
was awesome. And Mark Hamill was on the floor.
Quite hilarious.
So was John Cena. I got videos of that too.
What?
Yeah, he was. He's in the new Bumblebee movie coming out.
There's a Bumblebee mode?
Yeah,
Mhm, yep.
which might be the best Transformers movie they do, because I don't think they're going to fuck up a side character. But I do believe the biggest story coming out of Comic-Con this year is, I think, Joss Whedon's bomb that there is a Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot. You guys are huge into this show, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've watched it. It's not on my list of favorites though. I do enjoy it. It's kind of up there with Supernatural with me. I'm just not, like, I'll watch it and I enjoy it, but it's not a
You're not
favorite.
going to pick it.
Yeah. So how do you guys feel about this? Because I mean, it's not a reboot. Well, I mean, it's not going to have the same cast.
No,
So-
you're following the lineage. That's the way it's supposed to work.
Are we doing? Is it like? Is it a reboot or a remake? Because
It's a
reboot.
reboot.
So are we
It is a
talking New Slayer?
reboot. Yes, New Slayer.
See,
Yeah.
I think that's fine. There's always going to be opportunity for new Slayers, and that's completely okay.
That's one of those things like Doctor Who that it's kind of built into itself that you can change the entire cast and it still makes sense.
Right. I think that if we were going to do a remake,
it would be hard.
No.
Right. You can't do something like that.
You can't capture that cast again. They were great together.
Right.
I'm gonna butcher her name. Monica Asawu Breen is penning the script for the showrunner, and Buffy, because I feel this is huge news. Buffy is Buffy will be played by a black actress. And I know it's not big, but it is. So
we are still going to have a character Buffy, though.
Yeah.
I don't know then.
Yeah, it's Buffy the Vampire. No, I mean...
But see, I would feel better if it was just a brand new Slayer.
It might be another one that just happens to be named Buffy.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, if they reboot it and it's still got the Vampire Slayer, you could still put a different name in right now. But if he's like, I'm going to reboot Buffy the Vampire Slayer, at least that would get people talking.
Maybe it's just a working title.
I don't know. We'll see.
But I think that's the biggest news to come out of Comic-Con this weekend, was Joss breaking that down. I think at the panel for... Was it Dr. Horrible? Because this is the anniversary for Dr. Horrible. There's the Dr. Horrible comic book coming out now, too.
That's great.
New Firefly comic coming out. There's a lot of new comic announcements. And something I need to work on reading, but that one was pretty big. And then, if that wasn't enough for you, Comic-Con dropped more trailers than a tornado in Kansas. Shit. Let's talk about these. Which one do you want to start with? Anybody can pick one.
You're leading the show.
No.
Godzilla.
The best fucking trailer of the entire convention.
First, it has Millie Bobby Brown,
who I like in everything but Stranger Things.
The first season is great.
Yeah, no, I'll agree. She's great in the first season. She was one of the highlights.
And I had this conversation with my husband before I left our house to come record. Actors, yeah, they only have what they are given to work with as far as writing goes. So I don't judge any of those actors for the second season of Stranger Things. That the season just sucked. Like the writing sucked. So
and there's nothing against them. They did the best they could.
Yeah, the whole second season was
they proved with the first season how good they are as actors.
Right.
But
the writing
season
was
3
just
trailer
pretty...
actually intrigues me.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And I like
maybe it'll come back around.
Yeah.
But Millie Bobby Brown is fantastic just in like the little clips that she's in the trailer. But come on, we know what the main part of this trailer is, and it's not. Sadly, it's not Millie Bobby Brown. It's when you first see the kaijus and you see Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Rodan for the first time with this epic soundtrack behind it.
Yes.
That is what made made the trailer.
It looks gorgeous.
Oh, Mothra just silhouetted with like the sun behind. I was like, whoever made this is awesome.
Yep.
I think this is going to be a visually stunning movie. Which
it might
really
kind of weird for that genre.
For Godzilla.
Yeah.
No, because you think of Godzilla, you think of a dude in a suit wearing a zipper destroying
like stomping
toys.
around.
Yeah. Because that's what I think of when I think of Godzilla and Mothra and those movies. They're cheesy, but they're fun cheesy.
Yeah.
This doesn't look cheesy. Even Godzilla is like atomic breath when you first see that in the trailer. Oh.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe this is...
Like, I'm not the hugest...
Maybe we should be scared of Godzilla.
I'm not the hugest fan of Godzilla, but even I'm like, it's pretty freaking sweet. So that one got me.
I think this is going to be a much more pleasant viewing experience than our first Rodan experience.
Mothra or Rodan?
Rodan.
Oh, God, no. That movie... if you haven't seen it, go to your way. It might end up on Cinecrap. I probably could borrow that from him.
I'm sure you could borrow it, but I don't know how you can find people to watch it along with you because it's really, really freaking hard to find Rodan, by the way.
Yeah, no, it is. Well, I can probably find it.
It's real expensive to buy.
I'll find it.
Let's throw that out there.
I'll find it.
It's my grandfather's favorite movie of all time.
No, I don't
We bought it for him
understand.
last Christmas, and we watched it 3 times before we left his house.
Oh, goodness.
So before I ask this, so your grandfather's favorite movie is Rodan, and your aunt's favorite movie is fucking Grease 2. I don't understand what is wrong with some of these pictures here. What?
Everyone has a thing. You don't get to judge people for their thing.
Which is a question later on in our mailbag, by the way.
Okay.
Just so you guys can stew over. I think the next trailer we have to talk about is Aquaman.
That was a good trailer, too.
Oh, Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. My pants wet on that one.
Jesse thinks it's not going to be good.
Jesse's wrong.
He. Okay, I'll have to tell Tiffany to she'll have to we'll have to hold her back. He says, and I quote,
Send all your hate mail too.
Jason Momoa can't act.
Yes,
I
we
know.
can.
I know.
We've seen him act in
I
things.
know.
I'm really glad that we did not say that.
I know. I was like, what is wrong with you?
What?
The only thing that I have issue with is I don't know how I feel about all of the extra CG that's done.
I'm hoping it
know,
looks good.
That's
but I'm
the only
concerned
thing that
it's gonna
kind
look
of
really.
it kind of takes
really
me
bad.
out of it just a little bit. I
Yeah.
didn't expect to see quite so much when I saw the trailer.
I will say this: how I feel about Aquaman in general. One, I think it's the worst DC superhero in comic form.
And if you consider that, they've done a really great job.
Oh no, they have actually made Aquaman look like a badass.
Yeah.
And that alone, whoever did that should
Yeah.
win a freaking award.
Yeah.
No joke.
The young Aquaman, the
Yeah.
little boy, he was adorable.
Absolutely adorable.
But I feel like DC hasn't done anything right lately.
no.
I mean, with the exception of Wonder Woman,
They are really struggling.
which I don't understand how you can
I don't
fuck
know.
up these franchises.
They have so much available to them, and they are struggling so badly to bring anything to the table that is.
Is this because Marvel is just so good too? Like, are we holding them to such a higher standard because
They
Marvel
should
is
be
so
able to
good?
make it to that standard because Marvel has. I know theirs are more dark and adult and everything.
We gotta get away from that, by the way.
but
I don't
it doesn't
care that
have
they're.
to be bright
I don't-
superhero, super comic stuff.
I don't care that they're
be
dark.
awesome.
I like dark. I mean, that's fine. Like I enjoy things that are
But you've
dark
gotta be
and
able to do
gloomy,
it
and
well.
yeah,
And for some reason, they just can't get it.
they can't. It is terrible.
Now, do I have hopes for Aquaman? Yes. Are they high hopes? No, because it's DC, and I
My-
still
my-
think they're fucking up.
My hopes are mostly because I think they have a really good cast behind it, regardless
Yeah.
of what Jesse thinks. I think they have a really good cast behind
And
it.
I would grate cheese on Jason Momoa's abs. So
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
I think as long as I can just ignore that CG and not let it distract me, I think it'll be fine.
it's not
It
as
looks
bad.
really
as,
good.
It's not as bad as them CGing Superman's mustache.
Oh gosh, that was so bad.
That I've seen the clips. That's awful.
It was so distracting.
Speaking of DC, is it DC? No, wait. Is
What?
Shazam DC?
Yes,
That looks good.
it
That
does.
movie looks hilarious.
I'm really excited about this one. Which I didn't know already. Like my youngest son Eli, he already knows who Shazam was. Like I guess maybe it's from a game that I think it's maybe one of the fighting games that he plays.
I wanna
So
make
there's
sure
an
I'm right.
option
Yeah.
to play with Shazam. Yes, it is.
I wanted to make sure I was 100% right, though.
How could you not know that? That was one of our questions at our superhero trivia.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
Because he didn't get
And
that
we
question
act-
right.
No, we did get that right.
We
I said
did.
he didn't
Oh.
get that question right.
But I still paid attention even though I didn't know the answer. And now I do. So,
we did
Anyway.
we did How I Met Your Mother trivia last night.
We bombed.
Yeah, we
It was
middle of the road
hard.
at it. Yeah,
It
no,
was
there was some
hard.
questions in there where I'm like, name, what was it? Name, I can't believe we always get off topic. It's what we do on this show. Name Stella's child. Yeah.
yeah.
It's Lucy, by the way.
Yeah, no, now I'll remember that forever.
Yeah.
So,
But apparently you didn't remember the Shazam question.
well, no, because doesn't Shazam become Captain? No, it's someone else.
What was his
No,
name?
it's
It's something.
Captain
It's Mr. Is it Mr. Marvel or
No, it was Captain
Marvel?
but not spelled the same.
Same as that.
It's Marvel.
There we go.
So-
That's what I was getting confused. That's
Yeah.
why I was like, I know.
And see, Eli knew this, the both of the names, and so when he came in there, because like I said, this was one of the trailers I had to watch twice, once with my husband and then once with Eli, because he got super excited.
Right.
This is a movie that I'm really excited about because I think we're going to be able to watch it, like all of us, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think maybe, hopefully, this is one that DC is going to get to do right.
Well, being
hopefully.
that's kind of humorous.
It
Got a
looks
shot.
more family friendly and kind of geared not towards little kids, but towards a younger audience. Like more so. Because it looks like the main characters are going to be early teenage boys.
Yeah,
I like Zachary Levi, by the way.
yeah,
I enjoyed Chuck. So
yeah.
I have this. The trailer for this really shocked me. Out of all the trailers, too, I was like, "Yeah, this is gonna suck." And then I watched it. Thank you for proving me wrong,
Yeah.
DC. That's a first.
This looks like a lot of fun.
I had no interest in this film whatsoever, and then I watched the trailer. And it's like, oh, well, let's
That's kind of
see
how I
this.
felt about Teen Titans Go to the Movies too.
I will give you that too.
Because I was like, "Oh, this
That
looks."
comes out this week.
It looks like shit. And then I saw the trailer. I'm like, I'm gonna go see this now.
I still hate the animation style of the new Teen
See,
Titans.
I dig that. I don't have a problem with that. Which
Well, I like the old one so much that it's hard for me to
I don't like
watch
the new
one.
animation style.
this
And I've watched a few of the episodes and it's okay, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah, I like the old ones.
Let's move to Fantastic Beasts, the Crimes of
Crimes of
Grindelwald.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest with you. After watching the other trailers after this one and before this one, this is kind of a letdown. Like, it does not hold up against the other trailers.
I do not believe this.
I don't either. I think-
feel
I
in no way that is appropriate.
think-
We're going back to
I think-
Hogwarts.
I think maybe it's just because you're distracted by the new, and this is a continuation of something you know.
Would you like to know what I saw right before I watched that one? Godzilla's. It was kind of one of those things where I'm like, I was so high on Godzilla, it's like, I don't give a fuck about this.
See, that's
Which
your
is
your
my fault.
Yeah, that is your fault.
When writing stuff, though, you don't really have time, and it's just like I was still hung up
No.
on the No?
No.
See, again,
you should be able to clear your mind and compartmentalize things.
Again, I watched this with Eli, and he's just watching
I'm
it
excited.
with complete wonderment. He's like, he says, we get another Harry Potter film, because to him, because he's reading the novels, and he's like, there's more, because as far as he knows, he just gets those books. So now it's a continuation of this story that
I
he
am
loves.
excited for it. I just thought the trailer
It
was a
is-
little underwhelming.
It was not.
It's wonderful.
No.
I'm excited to see what Jude Law does as Dumbledore, though.
You can't even appreciate the fact that he's that Newt's scared of working in an office. That should be something that you love.
I am pretty sure that we didn't get to see what he turns his greatest fear into. I'm expecting to be a ridiculous dragon or some nonsense.
That would be
terrifying to
great.
everybody else.
Oh.
And that's his happy place.
Yeah, that would be great.
I can tell you my one hang up, too, is I don't care for Johnny Depp.
I don't have an issue with it.
No, I think he's actually the appropriate type of crazy for this role.
I can see
I mean,
that.
that's kind of the only really,
But
that's kind of a hang
I
up
also
point.
really enjoy Johnny Depp, though.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I've seen him in so many, I guess, similar roles that I can see him doing this just fine.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem for me.
He is the big bad of this because he was the great wizard that tried to take over the world before Voldemort.
Yeah, so it's not a problem for me.
Nope.
I just,
No.
I'm
I'm honestly the most excited about this of anything.
Well, no, because this is your thing. This is this is your thing. I'm trying to think what other trailers, because I know there was a couple more.
There were the TV shows.
Oh, let's talk about Titans.
Yeah.
Hold on. DC, get your head out of your ass. This looks like shit.
It is so ridiculously cheesy.
And not in a
Terrible
good
music.
way.
No, it's not.
Terrible cinematography.
It like I said, it feels like something that you would see on the
fan-
CW or Freeform, which
It looks
is
more like Freeform than CW.
I would even agree that this could be a fan-made fake trailer.
yeah.
Like,
Made with an iPhone.
But at
Seriously.
least if it was like something on Freeform, I would know what I'm getting into. I know it's going to be cheesy and possibly absolutely terrible, but this isn't. It's a DC made show for their streaming program, and it's supposed to be adult, and it looks terrible. It's so bad.
it looks like it's made for teenagers, and you can't say those words in front of teens.
We've got Raven going, sometimes I feel dark and I like it. And it sounds so terrible.
The show reeks of ass butt.
It does.
It's so
That
bad.
might be an insult to the word aspect.
That's all I can think of. Like,
Talk about not liking Supernatural.
Huh? Oh. I don't know. Like, I watched it and went, nope. Nope.
They're taking something that could potentially work for them and again completely screwing it up. They just cannot hit a stride with
I wonder
their
if they're just trying
characters.
to do too much too fast.
Potentially.
Maybe trying to catch up with Marvel, where Marvel's clicking on all cylinders.
But
right
you know,
now.
Marvel started off slow.
They did.
They really did. I mean,
look at the Hulk movie. It is awful.
It is.
but they
Not
they
everything's
started
a grand
off
slam.
slow until they started to get things right. And I do agree now that they're just completely flooding the market with all of their stuff. But
I am glad they weren't at
But
San
they are
Diego.
flooding the market with good stuff.
because now they at least are
which is a
able to.
bonus.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they weren't at San Diego, because we would be talking more about their trailers right now, and it just makes DC look worse.
It's true, because we would be able to at least bury all of the DC
Yeah,
stuff.
no, like DC now looks worse than it did if Marvel would have been there,
Yeah.
and
This
it's
is
just
true.
sad. The Invader Zim TV movie comes out. The trailer was released. It looks awesome.
I've missed that one, but I'm going to have to go
excited.
back and look at it.
It's a real weird trailer. Like it's
But
As it
the
should
show's
be.
real weird.
yeah,
As it should be.
it's appropriate.
Yeah, my youngest, when he was in preschool, he insisted on being called Gerb. So much that his his preschool teacher called me in a panic because she didn't know how to spell it, and he insisted on having it wrote on the top of his page. So I'll have to go and look that up and show it to him. So.
And the Steven Universe teaser trailer for the TV movie as well it's weird.
And we got another episode drop
Ash-
after the season finale. They dropped an episode
Oh.
At Comic-Con.
That's
they
pretty-
showed
that's pretty awesome.
Episodes are only like 11 minutes long. They showed the episode in the Comic-Con panel.
That's pretty awesome.
And then it went up on the app. And I went, that's a really cool idea. 'Cause
That is-
why?
Like, that's one of the things we had talked about previously about how we kind of feel that we're starting to lose something when you go to conventions because so much of it just gets shared immediately. It's kind of nice, to get to go to a convention and have something special.
That is the
like
one thing
that.
about San Diego that I want to experience is getting to see all of that first.
Yeah.
And no one else is going to leak it until they leak it or
Yeah.
they post it. And that makes me happy.
yeah.
San Diego's got that down because I know some of the bigger conventions that do, like New York does some things, and there's another one. I want surprise sometime. And
Yeah. That's really nice.
so the fans of Steven Universe got treated to an episode and the teaser trailer for the TV movie, which comes out later this year.
I'm really excited about it. I'm really not excited about how it ended. But like
That's an
it
ending.
ended on a terrible cliffhanger. And then you got another episode and it was even worse.
Sometimes it's just how it is.
That's how normally it goes.
Killing me. You were killing me with this. And I need more
I'm
right
so
now.
mad I'm invested in this cartoon now. Like
I'm so happy.
fuck you. I'm so pissed about it. Because I never expected to get into it. And she's like, you should watch a few episodes. And then I saw the whole thing. If every pork chop was perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. And now I'm hooked.
Sharon, I really do feel like you need to give this another try.
There's some funny stuff.
The
though.
first couple episodes are real weird. You gotta work with it. But each episode's only 11 minutes long.
And a lot of great messages in the stories.
About acceptance and
Yep.
how to work together and how to deal with your feelings.
I feel like that's a really good segue into what's coming out next. Batwoman on the CW.
Yep.
2019. We get our first glimpse of Batwoman during Arrow's Christmas episode this year. But the bigger news with this is, and I mean, I didn't want to underplay it, but Batwoman will be the first openly gay superhero on television.
Which is super exciting.
Yeah.
They're staying true to the
Comics. 2006 is when the new run of Batwoman started, and in the comics, she has been open and out and proud since 2006, and they are using that character. Thank you.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get some cool stuff in Batwoman. As I'm hoping maybe the Riddler will show up there since they're not going to put him in any DC movie.
I'm sorry, dear.
Maybe
know what you're
eventually, but
thinking.
I think that you should just maybe hope that they don't for right now.
No, this is true. This is very true.
Because if they just ruin it, you're going to be even more mad.
Like, I'm stoked for Batwoman. I'm not going to lie.
There's been one Riddler in a movie and he was pretty good.
There's two Riddlers, and they're both pretty good.
In movies?
Yes, the Batman movie actually aired in theaters. You forget about the 1966 Batman
I
movie.
think about it
Yeah.
as being a show, not a film, okay?
Oh, I know.
I think about it as a show, not a film.
Because you saw it later on TV.
No, like the 1966 Batman, all I can think of is the Batman TV show.
Oh, okay.
The tag for the Batwoman show is Kate Kane is an out lesbian, highly trained street fighter primed to snuff out the failing city's criminal resurgence. She is armed with a passion for social justice and a flair for speaking her mind. However, she must overcome her own demons before emerging as a hero in Gotham City. I'm kind of liking the tag.
They make it sound good, but can they deliver?
I think it's going to probably be like Gotham.
It's not altogether a bad thing.
No,
I
I mean,
like Gotham.
yeah, I think that's
I
where
like
this
what
is
they've
gonna
done
go.
with it.
That's another DC thing that's really good.
Yeah,
but-
I do like that. That's fine.
They either do really well or really terrible.
Their timeline though in Gotham is really strange. That confuses me.
Oh, it's off.
I
It's
don't-
completely off.
I really don't get that, but there's been some weird time skippy things where they're trying to catch up. It's weird, but
They've realized they have a problem too late and they're trying to backtrack.
Oh,
Yeah.
I realized that when Batman was like 7 and Selena Kyle is like 17 in the first episode, and I'm going, oh, what?
yeah, it's really strange. I don't get it, but I'm gonna roll with it.
What
the rest
the
of it works
tits?
okay.
Yes.
It's a little off. Too many years.
And if that wasn't enough, CW's Supergirl series will make TV history in season 4 with the introduction of the first transgender hero. Nicole Maines, a transgender activist and actress who previously won a discrimination lawsuit after her school refused to let her use the girls' bathroom, will appear on the show as the DC comic character Nia Nal, aka Dreamer.
Yeah, I looked her up. She's also been on an HBO documentary called
Yes.
The Trans List.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm stoked because one, this is probably my least favorite CW show. Well, Heroes of Tomorrow, but that doesn't count. For me, Supergirl comes across like the first season was Ugly Betty with superheroes, not the same humor, but just kind of like across the board flatlining. So I think this is a great step in the right direction, and awesome to see. By the way,
Yeah.
I'll get hate mail. I don't care. If you, it's kind of one of those things now where I'm just like, just send it.
Richard does
I think
not
it-
care.
I think it is a great move.
No, we get the first openly gay character and the first trans character played by a transgender actress,
Right.
and that's a huge thing.
That is a huge thing.
Because I mean, didn't Scarlett Johansson get cast for a movie recently?
She did, and then she stepped out when
Because
she.
there was an uproar that it should be a trans actor.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
And there was talks too among trans actors about how cisgender people need to be aware because there is maybe just some ignorance about it.
Oh yeah,
Because it's not been an openly acknowledged issue.
until
Right.
recently.
Yeah.
Because there needs to just simply be more. It needs to be a more open topic.
So I think this is a good starting point.
Mm-hmm.
Show's going to get real here, and I apologize for that. We'll bring it back around with some comedy in a minute.
Okay.
I promise you guys that we're going to get real for a minute. I think one of the stories we have to cover, I don't want to do it because it's so sensitive, but I think we need to do it, is the situation with James Gunn.
Yeah.
So for anybody who does not know, James Gunn was fired by Disney from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie because of tweets that resurfaced from 8 years ago.
10 years ago.
10 years. 10 years. I've got him and Dan Harmon's timelines mixed up right now.
It really shouldn't matter anyway. It was forever ago, really.
Now, I agree with this until you read the tweets. And then I'm going, because they're bad. When I say they're bad, how do I put this? If they're bad enough that they could have filmed an episode of what is that show with Dateline? They're that bad.
Oh, where they would try to
Yep,
trap
to
people.
catch a predator. Yeah, they're that bad. Now, the other hand of this is, well, it was 10 years ago, and I'm going to say he probably didn't do anything.
He came out in his own defense saying that he was sorry for what he had said, and just because he says things doesn't mean that's things that he believes or things that he's ever done. And it was a dumb joke that he should not have done.
Right. Well, dumb jokes, because it's
Yeah.
Several.
It's several,
Yeah.
but that's what he has said, is that he's sorry that he did it, but he wished you wouldn't hold it against him, basically.
And he has explained that he was trying to do more of a shock jock humor.
Yeah.
which, I mean, if you go back and watch, look, I will say this, and I watched the Howard Stern talk show growing up, there is no way in effing hell that any network would put that on.
It's not an uncommon type of humor.
And a lot
It's
of
really
comedians
not.
go through that phase.
Oh, I
where
went through
they're
it.
just trying to get
Laugh.
Acknowledge.
reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, you go through a phase where you will say whatever you can to get a rise out of people. I know I did. that time frame was, looking back on it, was pretty shitty, because I feel now I can tell a joke and a story better than I could then.
But for you, that was
2002, 2003, 2004. Yeah.
yeah, that was
Because, I mean, how many dick
12
and
years
fart...
ago.
Like, it's dick and sex jokes. I'm just going to tell you now, at some point, at that age, that's all you're going to make.
yeah.
Woo for sex jokes! But, I mean, that's
And
pretty much...
unfortunately, his are etched into the internet forever.
Right.
Yeah. But, I mean, they are really important. It's kind of one of those... This is a debate where you have to have with yourself, I feel.
You should have known better,
Don't be a doofus.
but
Right.
maybe there was a better context that we can't see now. Not that there's ever an appropriate reason to do those things or to say those things.
I want to know
But there
what the
might have been
conversation was. Because I'm one of those people, I want to know the whole story.
Yeah.
Because I know with Twitter, if you follow a conversation, you're going to get a completely different experience.
You have the whole
Yeah.
right. So, my point when we were talking about this is it is an ethical question, and it's not something that I can answer for someone else, and it's not even something that I'm sure that I can answer as far as how I feel about it. But I don't know at what point we've got to be able to separate the product that he provides and who he is as a person.
Yeah.
Because if we look back in history and everything that's been provided in the entertainment business, we wouldn't have a lot of things that we now consider to be like great and held in esteem. Even in the recent history, we've got James Cameron, who's even making things in right now. He's very well known to be like a womanizer and being like a terrible person.
Yeah.
And we have Titanic and everything that's going to be held up cinematically. And we've got Alfred Hitchcock, who was a terrible person. We've got
Lewis Carroll.
yeah, who was a well-known pedophile, but he did Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, and he's considered classic
Legendary
literature.
hero in a way.
Yeah.
And you've got Edgar Allan Poe, who was as well.
Right, and Judy Garland lived a terrible life, and she was actually pretty much forced into a lot of it. But if we had the same focus that we do now, these people would not be able to continue. They would be destroyed in the headlines, in particularly right now when we're so politically focused on what is right and what is wrong. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't pay attention to these things, because we should. But I don't know at what point we draw the line.
So it's weird to actually bring up wrestling in a show that's not wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But us wrestling fans have gone through this exact thing already.
Yeah.
Chris Benoit doing the murder-suicide. Can you separate his work that he did for years with what he did?
Right.
Because that's the same principle. Like, when you see a Benoit match now, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
do you watch it or not? Because it's weird. Like,
Is this something that's okay to talk about?
yeah,
Because what he did as a performer and what he did as a person,
two totally different things.
Right.
You
And I
can't
really
compare 'em.
don't know what the right answer is there, but I think it is something that we need to talk about and at least consider, because does the things that he said years ago in what was supposed attempts of humor really affect his ability to screenwrite and direct?
But it is Disney. That there is that.
It is,
Disney's
but with
gonna. Which, by the way, Walt Disney was no patron saint.
he's not, and with everything
No.
that this now ginormous company is swallowing up, are they really as family oriented as they like us to believe?
Oh, I say no.
they're
They've
not.
never been.
I don't
With
think-
everything that they now own. They
Right.
can't be.
You can't even pretend now.
This is true.
So
As long as you keep the Disney cartoons and stuff family oriented, I don't think it matters.
I don't either.
I would
They're,
like
they're
to see
always
it.
going to be Disney.
I would like to see an adult Disney cartoon just one time in my life. Haha, fuck you. I mean, that would be great.
I don't think you're ever going to get quite that far.
Like Deadpool meets Disney cartoons.
Oh gosh.
But no, that it's kind of where you have to like, I get at this. And it really is that story where we went through it, having to go, you just have that inner struggle with yourself.
Yeah.
You just don't know what to do, because if you say one thing, you're going to get bashed. If you say the other, you're going to get bashed. There's no winning situation here. We're
Right.
all fucked. That pretty much sums it up.
If he had gone through this stage just, 8 years sooner, there would be no internet proof of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have been destroyed like this. His career would be keep on ticking. So
But then again, none of this would have resurfaced if somebody had not maliciously went out
Sought
tried
it out.
to ruin.
Okay, so there is a little bit
his
more to that
career.
too. Because let's go ahead and call it what it is. I'm just gonna say something. Fuck the InfoWars people, because that's where this come from. Is these conspiracy theorists? The guy who found the tweets, and you can look this up, and I can tell you more about him. I'm not going to tell you his name because fuck him. But this is the same
doesn't
guy
deserve
who
Have
said,
his name out.
"Huh."
He doesn't deserve to have his name known.
This is the same guy who said the Democratic Party was running a child sex operation out of a pizza joint in Washington. And during the 2016 election, and then someone went in and shot the people who run the pizza joint only to find out it was just a fucking conspiracy theory off Reddit.
yeah, it's despicable.
And that is a true story. Go look it up. The same guy is now doing this to Hollywood. So, I mean, like, it's like, where does that also fit in? Because then you go, well, he lied.
Yeah, because these tweets are not something that anybody would think twice about because nobody's going to go back and look through 10 years of someone else's internet history.
There's another doubt. Like, who sits around and just goes, you know what? I'm just going to scroll 10 fucking years in their past. Let's see what they got.
Admittedly, I'm almost that crazy because before we went on our first date, I went back 3 years on your Facebook timeline. But
And
It was just
another thing that we have to, I think, consider is, does anyone really truly deserve to have their lives completely destroyed over a mistake?
especially a mistake like this that is just not something that you even did. Like, it's not even an act that you did. It's something you said.
Who genuinely in their lives have not done something and then apologized and wants to have their entire lives taken away? Like, I'm talking about, like, you and me and whomever is listening, who in their job has not made a mistake and wants to be drug into their boss's office and fired and lose their home and have everything that they've worked really hard for taken away.
All of their credibility, all friends,
shut.
everything gone.
It's kind of like a breakup, too, when there's sides chosen.
Kind of.
Where
Because this can completely, potentially affect the rest of this person's life.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on how much education they have, what their other qualifications are, could potentially affect their financial future forever.
it's very interesting. This whole story, and I mean, we're going to keep track of it. I don't want to write about it, but if it comes
Yeah.
to it, it'll happen.
Yeah.
And again, like, I don't know what the right answer is here because, it is something that he really probably shouldn't have said. It was not in good taste. It's really
Celebrities-
terrible.
Celebrities are sticking up for him because, they say he's a great person and all
Like
that. And
they know him as a person.
Yeah.
it's
just-
very interesting
Not
right
a
now.
10-year-old tweet.
I just think it's something that people should think about because I think it is more of, I think there's more there to it than just a simple decision.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I mean, the same thing's going on with Dan Harmon.
Yeah.
And a video resurfaced of his that was on Channel 101. If you don't know what Channel 101 was, Showtime owned it. And it's a website where creators, it was much like YouTube before YouTube, and creators would create a show, shoot a pilot, send it to Channel 101. They would post it, and fans would vote whether it would stay or go. Some of the guys that came from that, the dudes who do Blue Mountain State, those guys came from there. Dan Harmon came from there, and there's like 3 others. And Dan Harmon shot a pilot that was supposed to be a Dexter spoof, but it involved a child rapist. And it's bad. But again, what do you do here?
I think YouTube is maybe a really good comparison for people out there, like how many people out there, normal, regular, everyday people, has put something stupid on YouTube and now hopes it never turns up.
We're in a room with at least one of them.
Yeah. But because once you put it out there, even if you go back and delete it, who out there hasn't already downloaded it, made a copy of it, sent it on to show it to someone else? I mean, once you put it up there, it's really hard to control it.
Once it's in the internet, it stays in the internet.
Yeah.
No matter what you do.
That's a shirt.
Yeah.
Once it's in the internet, it stays in the internet.
So, it's just,
It is a moral debate, though.
Right.
But if someone kept doing the same mistakes over
That's
and
something
over,
else.
that's a completely different story.
Right.
That's not a mistake. That's a way of life.
Yeah. So that's
And then
kind
you're
of
a terrible person.
yeah.
Right.
Then you're a fucking doucher. All right, so let's talk about something. Let's just talk. Let's go.
Let's go to something happy.
Well, it's not possible, but
Oh,
or it's
okay.
not funny, but
Oh, okay.
Kim
is
Possible.
possible.
Oh, no,
my
it's
God.
not.
Oh God! So Disney releases the first image from the live-action Kim Possible movie that stars I don't know the girl's name, but the
don't
kid
know.
from the Goldbergs who plays Adam.
Yes.
as Ron, and I'm going yes, and then the picture came out, and I'm like no.
It looks like
A
they're
Halloween
wearing
cos-
something from Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, it looks like a really bad Spirit Halloween costume. And two, I complained about something, and Ashley was like, "You're wrong. It should be a fucking turtleneck. Look,
Like that.
Why?
because that's what she wears. It's a but
If
it's
you
not.
look, it's a choker sweater. It's got a thing around her neck and then a little cutout spot.
I'm okay with things not being absolutely identical.
but it looks
They,
like
they
that
have
was one of the.
updated it to try to look at what's in fashion now.
I am
versus
okay
when it
with
was
things
on.
not being absolutely identical.
Is she wearing a wig in that photo too? Because it looks like it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If that's her real hair, it's great. But if not, that's a wig.
I
that's
am
really
okay
bad.
with things not being absolutely identical, but it does very much look like a costume. It does not
We've seen
look.
better cosplays.
Yeah, it does not
It
look like
doesn't-
something that you
yeah.
would just wear. It
That's
doesn't look
not official
comfortable.
Secret agent garb.
Yeah,
No,
it doesn't look comfortable.
Like the cargo pants and
and
everything looks.
and the
comfy.
bottom of it looks like how it's kind of wrapped around looks like something like you would see as a part of like yoga pants. You see yoga pants kind of like styled that way.
Yeah.
Can I call it like I see it? It kind of looks like something from what's the other dance movie? Not Save the Last Dance, the other one.
I don't know, but you know what? 90s styles are coming back,
This is
which makes
true.
me super excited.
Oh
So
my
Are you
God.
gonna get a velvet dress?
no.
Come
I
on.
actually have my prom dresses. I have two from my senior year. I only wore one. But they're like velvety. And they still fit. So, you know.
Can I make a bet with you over something by the end of
What?
the year? Like whoever loses has to wear a black velvet dress and karaoke black velvet.
They are black.
Okay, so whoever loses a bet, that's the punishment.
Okay.
All right, well, we're gonna come up with something.
I
for
can't
that.
I don't sing though.
Oh,
I'll
no,
wear
but
the
if you
dress.
lose-
I
but
will
if you
wear the
lose, you
dress,
have
but
to
I
do
will
it.
not sing.
If you lose, you got to.
I'll wear the dress.
Oh God. But yeah, no, the outfit's terrible. Now, what is it gonna? Sadie Stanley's the actress, and she hasn't really been in much.
Yeah,
I think
I
she's
don't
been
really.
in an HBO show.
I don't really know who she is.
Well, we learned. I think I said it in the article best. This might as well be a photo studio in Sears making the movie.
I'm hoping that the movie looks better than this one photo.
She's also got on a fanny
How old
pack.
is she?
Hold on, I'll tell you.
I kind of sort of envision them to be just a little bit older too. I
Like
think.
16.
Yeah.
Isn't that how they're supposed to be?
Yeah, like I kind of envision them to be like 15, 16,
I think
17,
that's
somewhere
how old they're
between those
supposed to
ages.
be.
Isn't Kim Possible 18?
I think she's 16 when the whole thing starts.
Like I just kind of see them being like a little more self-sufficient.
She is a teenager.
Right?
Well, I kind of figured that.
I mean, even if she's 18, she's still a teenager. I see them as being someone that could at least drive a car.
Oh God.
Well,
Yeah, no, you can't find it.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
It depends on how much time passes between them, because she graduates high school at the end of it.
Yeah, so I don't know that an
But
age
the
is ever
show was
specifically
on
given.
for 5 years.
Yeah, I don't know that an age is ever specifically given because you can feel years with.
Her twin brothers are like 11 though.
Oh yeah, well, doesn't. I mean, again, time is not a set thing.
This is very true.
I mean, and Phineas and Ferb, they're always on summer vacation.
This is very true.
So, except when it's Christmas break and then,
Yeah, when do they go to school? Do they only have like school one day a year?
No, they're always on
Yeah, I know.
summer vacation.
Well, they're the luckiest kids ever. Speaking of kids.
But yeah, I just don't, that their age, that the casted age doesn't quite jive with how I
No,
remember.
I would assume she should have been 15, 16.
If you have
Yeah.
Sharon says jive in this episode, mark it off your bingo cards. I didn't expect you to say jive. So
It makes sense, though.
It does.
Sorry that my vocabulary is different than what you expect.
I was hoping you'd put Jive Turkey at the end of that. I was going to be all happy. Clone Wars reboot's happening. You can check out the trailer. I don't have much.
Yeah, we looked at that.
I've never actually seen the show, so
My boys watched it pretty
it
often.
looks good. I mean, it's a weird animation style, but
It is.
It is a little different. I never really watched
what
the
it is.
Clone Wars before,
Yeah.
but my boys did, and Eli was pretty excited about it.
a lot of
so-
Star Wars fans got super excited, but
Yeah.
they're just going to get online and bitch about it later anyway. So
No, it really doesn't matter.
Well, that's what I was asking Eli because I don't know. I guess this is going to follow the new canon.
well, it's in between. Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith.
But
Yeah.
So previously it was before the new movie, so I don't know exactly how that's going to be because the previous cartoon series was before these new movies.
Well, yeah, no, the new movies wouldn't count because there's 7, 8, and 9. This is from 2 to 3.
So I don't know, but how does that affect the previous shows? Like,
I don't
were
know.
those old stories and now this
No,
is new
it's
stories?
the same. No, it's the same story arc. It's they all take place in between episode 2 and episode 3. So I mean,
Anyway.
it is. I've watched the trailer. I didn't really get anything from it, but that's just me. Kevin Smith announces a Jay and Silent Bob reboot's happening. Woohoo! By the way, watch his weed show if you haven't seen that. It's pretty
I was gonna
good.
ask you if you had seen some stuff on that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's quite hilarious.
Super excited. Nickelodeon is bringing back the Rugrats.
Like original Rugrats?
Well,
like babies?
Yeah, they're doing the cartoon, but there is one thing about this. After the cartoon airs, they're going to do a live action film.
I don't understand how.
I don't want that. And this might be my bitching moment. I'm not going to say it's going to ruin my childhood, but I'll get into that in a second. This is my moment of
I will not count that as ever being real Rugrats.
no.
It's not ruining my childhood because I can still clearly go back and watch Rugrats. Like, it's not a big deal.
Is this going to be like, look who's talking?
Yeah, probably. I hate those
It's
movies.
terrible.
I hated those movies.
It's going to be weird.
So, remember me telling you guys I'm going to get on a soapbox?
Is it time?
It's fucking time. All right. First of all, whoever sent me the email, fuck you. I'm just going to start off with
Okay.
that. So someone sent me an email and saying I should write about this because I will appreciate the injustice.
That never goes well.
No. So if it was an injustice, sure, I would be just as pissy as you are sitting at home with your probably can that you spit tobacco into. But She-Ra is being rebooted for Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay? Did you know this?
No, I didn't, but
Okay.
I'm listening is all.
Show her the picture.
I will get the picture.
So the dude sends me the email telling me, number one, that reboots like this are ruining his childhood.
My niece likes She-Ra.
Listen here, motherfucker. Not you. Listen here, motherfucker. You want to know what ruined your childhood? Growing up past 15. The day you touched your wiener, you ended your childhood.
It kind of looks like my niece, actually.
So fuck you in saying that. Number two, did you watch the original run?
I've seen some of it. Because like I said, my niece really likes it.
This is going to be the thing that gets me the most hate mail this week, and I don't give a fuck. I hate the 80s American animes.
Yeah.
Hate
There's
them.
another picture.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be... I
Yeah.
like how this is going to look. Like, it looks...
I think it looks fine.
There's more.
I mean, I've never went out of my way to watch the old ones. My father-in-law liked, what's He-Man, right?
yeah. He-Man and the Masters of the
Right.
Universe.
And so she really got to like She-Ra while being at his house. So I know she likes She-Ra, but she'll probably will really enjoy this. This looks like something that she'll enjoy.
But there's a lot more to this email. And
I believe you.
no.
Anyway.
This guy keeps going. But the thing that pisses me off, like I said, I don't care for the style of the old American animes. Like, I hate the look of Transformers in the 80s. Go ahead. I've never seen an episode. I can't get past 10 minutes of it because it's shitty.
It is pretty terrible. I don't like 80s style animation.
I like Transformers.
But,
I used to watch them all the time.
Yeah, it's a personal preference.
I watch it, but I don't... If I have an option for another animation style,
I'd rather stick my dick in a toaster. But then...
I don't find it that bad.
But then...
It's not my choice, but I'm not...
But then
But then again, you don't have proper anatomy
Yeah.
to do so. So
This is very true. That might
she
be
keeps
why I
talking
don't
about
wanna do it.
balls dropping all the time. But then this dickwad. Then this dickwad decides to put at the end of it, and probably the stupidest comment is that she's not sexy enough.
She also looks much younger in this reboot.
I don't know that that's a necessity anyway for cartoons. It shouldn't be a focus.
Because that's what we're watching cartoons for, apparently.
Is to get turned on.
I never have watched a cartoon with the exception of that one episode of SpongeBob SquarePants with Sandy the Squirrel that I pop a boner in.
I'm pretty sure we weren't worried about sexiness when they drew Pepper Ann. So, like this shouldn't be a
There's
problem.
a show that there's the obscure reference of the show right there. That's a
Like,
great
this
song.
shouldn't be a focus.
No.
And then people are citing this, like people are pissed on Twitter, and people are blaming other cartoons for the reason that there's this complaint that it's not sexy. Number one, people blamed My Little Pony because of the male fandom bringing in like, I guess, like the brony culture. Then someone else blamed Steven Universe's fans for this, and then there was another one, and then I sat and realized, sexy cartoons have been around forever.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Japan. That's where we should be looking towards.
This is
There's
true.
way more
Like
fan
you
service
really,
in anime than anything else.
there is some seriously weird animes,
Like,
both
I've-
names and in like there are some weird ones.
Like some of the weirdest anime I've ever seen shows more cleavage than anything I've ever
Gravity
watched.
defying
Yes.
cleavage.
Yeah, no, those boobs bounce for days.
Yep.
It is ridiculous.
Like Jesse's got like his headphones on and he's watching like some anime, and I walk by and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on,
Holy tits.
but why is she jumping around and her boobs are hanging out? Like I don't get it.
Yeah.
She's fighting like a vampire
Yep.
in like a bikini. Like I don't get it.
It's weird.
Fan service. 100%. That's
But
where you see it more
Yeah.
than anything else.
But apparently this is an issue with this dude, and then a lot of fans on Twitter, by the way, where people are complaining about she's not sexy enough. This
Well, then
cartoon's
just watch the old ones.
I was
That's
gonna
really
say,
stupid.
The old ones are still out there. Stop being a bitch.
Not everything is for you or about you.
No, you have children now. Think about what they will want to see.
'Cause
That's really stupid.
Does your kid want to see a powerful female role model, or does she want to see tits? You tell me.
That's really stupid. Like I
You
don't.
tell me.
Oh, there's some kids that'll be questioning that.
Well, I mean, but
No, I get where you're
overall,
going.
Well, then she can
Is
just
it better to have a good
he or
character
she can just go ahead and watch some Japanese anime
or
later.
looking
Like
hot?
The perfect example of this is how they do Steven Universe, because it's the same animation.
Yeah.
And that story arc, because that's what I'm expecting, but don't send me shit ever again telling me it's not sexy enough. Fuck you. I don't want to read that crap. Your childhood's not ruined. Go watch the old ones. Fuck. Pissed me off. Like, I actually got so mad, I threw my mouse down and almost broke it. As I went, who sends this shit?
Yeah,
Who
it's
gets
really
this
stupid.
mad at a
And it's
children's
always
cartoon?
anonymous.
Yeah, no, most of the emails are. Who sends shit like this, and who gets so mad about a children's cartoon? Like, they're rebooting Rugrats. You don't see me going out of my way going, oh, it
They
could
ruined
ruin
my childhood.
that's never something that. Why do people jump to that? I don't ever think about that.
Like, I love this shit. Like, okay, let's just go ahead and also point this out. Most of the stuff from our childhood fucking sucks.
Mine doesn't.
Especially,
I don't think so.
we've watched Power Rangers, and it's terrible. We've watched the Ghostbusters cartoon, and it was terrible. We've watched Saved by the Bell, and it was terrible.
Saved by the Bell wasn't something I enjoyed.
I didn't watch Saved by the Bell.
But no,
Yeah.
I'm doing that episode where we watched 3 things that we all enjoyed.
No, we did not bring to the table something we enjoyed.
I enjoyed Saved by the Bell.
I don't even remember what I had us watch.
Ghostbusters, the cartoon.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch that when I was growing up.
Oh fuck!
I
Sharon.
didn't.
So that's
It
the
was just
thing.
something I could find.
But like a lot of those shows don't hold up now,
No, they don't.
and that's you got to think about that too. When you're 8, it doesn't matter what you're
Yeah,
watching; it's awesome,
It really doesn't.
Well, see, I was 8 and watching SpongeBob.
and it was awesome.
It's still awesome.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
hate
Like,
SpongeBob.
it's,
Ugh.
I was 8 years old when SpongeBob premiered. And it's still just as awesome 20 years
When
later.
when was it premiered?
1999.
1999.
Why do I know that? But yeah,
I was so excited I couldn't sit down. I stood up in my grandmother's living room watching the entire show. I vividly remember this.
So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't understand how people can say anything ruins their childhood.
Yeah. Well,
So
If it ruins your childhood, it's your fault.
if it
Either-
ruined your childhood, you're too much. You're too
either
fragile.
watch it or don't. Like, I don't get it. There's lots of stuff I don't enjoy.
And you just don't want it.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
okay.
Or I write about it and you can either read it or don't.
That's how I
Same
am.
thing.
Like,
Like-
I've learned this. I don't write to entertain anybody but myself. So if I can make myself laugh during an article, it's going up. I don't even.
Yeah, like, it just... You don't have to listen to us if you don't like us. That's okay.
Yeah, no, that's
If
that's
you
kind of
want to
thing.
read our stuff, that's cool. If you
No,
don't, that's also okay.
The entertainment factor is for us. I don't
Like,
give a shit.
We do this because we enjoy each other's company. That's all.
Yeah.
So, guys, we're going to take a small break, commercial. Here's some ads. Promote some stuff. Go buy that stuff while you're listening. And enjoy a couple of bits. We'll be right back after these words with... We're going to dive deep into the mailbag. After a long day, nothing beats a good glass of wine. But there's only one problem. You don't want to leave the house. We have remedied that for you. Visit knockingpointwines.com. Knocking Point is a global winery that makes premium wines curated by celebrities and tastemakers and delivers them directly to your doorstep. You don't even have to leave the house. You get 4 shipments a year. It's like Christmas morning, but for adults. Visit knockingpointwines.com and use the code TBK to get $20 off your first wine box. knockingpointwines.com.
Show you how. Let me show you how. Somebody make me feel alive inside of me.
Are you looking to travel to a dimension far beyond the realms of Earth? Or are you looking for the perfect horror story that will keep you up at night? Visit the TBK store to check out the entire library from Burning Willow Press. Horror, sci-fi, and more. And at prices cheaper than Amazon. TBKmagazine.com/shop TBK.
Yep, come on.
Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to dive deep into my bag. My mail bag, that is. It is now our mail segment. If you want to send in questions for us to answer, send it to TBK Live at tbkmagazine.com. Simple. Are those orange Tic Tacs?
I was trying very, very carefully to get out with the mail without making extra
Hold on.
noise.
No, are those orange Tic
Yes,
Tacs?
they
those
are
like
orange
the
Tic
worst
Tacs.
flavor of Tic
No,
Tacs.
they're
there.
not.
Send us your questions at TBK.
Now that everyone knows I have Tic Tacs, I don't care if they make noise.
No. I'm going to call you out. Well, I saw orange ones. I went, what?
What Tic Tac flavor do you like?
The white ones.
No. I can't think of what it is, though.
I like the white ones.
Eh.
They're real spicy.
What?
They're a mint flavor, and it's a
Yeah.
very, very
It's like-
sharp mint. And it's sharp enough mint that you can call it spicy.
Spicy mint is going to be up in our store.
You're so
Shop
weird.
TBK.
You can't make everything into a t-shirt.
Yeah, I can. They'll sell. I'm cool. Shop TBK, tbkmagazine.com/shop TBK. All right. So a few questions. One specifically to you.
Oh.
Okay.
Does that scare you a little?
I don't
Because the
know.
last time you got one of these, it was the masturbation question.
It
If
was
you could
really,
Yeah.
really weird.
Yeah. So this one is Sharon, because you love to read. What's your favorite book series?
That's too broad of a question.
Well, let's just go with different genres. Which sexy books do you like, Sharon? Which
Sexy
ones-
books?
Which books with Fabio on the cover do you read?
I actually don't really care much for sexy books.
Sexy books.
Hold on a second.
I tickled myself with that.
I gotta think of who the author is because I don't want to.
Mine is Dr. Seuss.
No one is surprised by this.
No, I love Dr. Seuss. I think he's one of the most talented people ever.
One of my favorite series I actually really like is the Hollows series by Kim Harrison. It's got quite a few novels in it. I don't want to like say right now because I'll probably get it wrong. But then there's also some companion novels to the series that go afterwards. But it's about a witch detective and her vampire friend.
I need to check that out. That actually sounds good.
And they have a little like fairy that helps them. A pixie. I take it back. It's a pixie. Sorry. His name is Jinx.
Nice.
Water off a duck's back. Ashley, what? Go ahead, answer the question. What's yours? Just pick one.
I don't know.
Harry Potter?
It's really hard in it.
Sure.
I like the Dan Brown series. The Da Vinci Code. Those. I enjoy those. I love that style. There's something new.
I just enjoy books.
It's really hard because you'll read through one and then,
Yeah.
you find more. And
I'm sitting here looking at my.
I like the Charlene Harris novels too, though.
I've got all of those. I've got all the Janet Ivanovich, Stephanie Plum novels, which are great, and it's up to like 27
That's a name I haven't heard in
or
a while.
28, and forever. I've got Sylvia Day over here, which is the sexy books.
Fever series by Karen Marie Moning's really good. And they have some sexy stuff in them. Those are really good books. They're more fantasy type novels. They're really good.
There was one series, the one that you got me to read.
Oh, yes.
What is
I don't have it on.
crap?
I know it's by Sarah Thorne and we're really bad about this.
Wow, guys. This makes for great listening.
I know. Well, you should tell us to be prepared.
I'm not going to tell you the mailbag questions.
Well,
That's
I'm
not
sorry.
fair.
Let me get to my. No, that's not what I wanted.
That's like
We
telling
both
you.
really like these novels.
Is it the same two? Who's...
Yes. Because I would
I
actually,
don't
I would
have them
actually
on here
really like
anymore.
to have them on here because they're independent authors.
I don't have them on.
Hold on, I know. It's
Oh
on.
my goodness. This is like searching for a needle in a haystack, everybody. So who is she?
That's rude.
Who's she writing them with? Because I know we have some of Nicole Thorne's books on the store.
Oh, that's her name. Sorry, guys. I'm really sorry.
Is it Nicole Thorne and Sarah Hall books?
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of that?
Oh no, they do a bunch. The Way
They
Down
do.
Below series.
Yes.
Good gravy.
The series
That's it.
is so much fun.
It is really, really good. Like Sharon told me to read it, and I read them all in a weekend.
Yeah, like it's
And
a,
it's like 4 or 5 books, or
And
I
when
see
we
5.
say like you read them super fast, it's not because they're short. They're just like so super easy
You
to
don't wanna
read,
stop.
and they're a lot of fun, and
it was not because it was short. It was because I didn't stop.
they're
reading.
so much fun, and it's just like constantly adding new characters to it, but you love them all, and
And I started another series by them that was also very, very good.
you'll have to tell me about it later when we can.
Talk without Richard being a douche,
Yeah,
Don't be a Richard. Question 2.
which is already a T-shirt
yeah,
at the
you can
TBK
get that.
store.
Yeah. Then, actually, it's not right now. What is the best thing you guys have ever picked up at a convention? It's a really good question.
yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. I've got a print that I really enjoy.
Is it the one of? Is it the Doctor Who one?
Yeah, I have a print that I got in Dallas. It has the 11th Doctor and Amy and a TARDIS behind them, and you can see an angel peeking out of the TARDIS. Like you have to look really close because it's like hidden in it.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I have it in my hallway. I really, really like that one.
It's a really, really good one.
Yeah, you'll have a smaller copy of it.
We do.
We do. Yeah. What about you?
I don't know that I've ever bought anything at convention that's not a print.
Well, it could be that. I mean,
I can't pick just one.
It's a really hard thing.
I can already tell you what mine is since Ashley doesn't have favorites. By the way, if anybody's going to ask Ashley questions for favorites, it's just not going to happen. Like she just,
I like all of the things. I don't like any of the things more than the other things. I enjoy all of the things.
Mal's pistol. There's a long story behind that of getting screwed out of it at a Christmas, and yeah, and I bought it with. I probably shouldn't have because my bank account went really low, but it was a spur of the moment. I saw it, I had to have it thing.
It's appropriate.
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
that or the Andy Coffin thing.
I really enjoyed when we all got our surprise TARDIS boxes. Not because like the stuff that
That
we
was
got
funny.
was so wonderful, but it was just a fun story. We all got so many like surprise TARDIS they're like mystery boxes, and they all look like TARDIS. And when we opened them, it was just full of a lot of Doctor Who stuff.
And it sucked writing home in.
Yeah, but none of us wanted to like break them down, and we had no room in the vehicle, so I was like packed around in the back seat
It
full
was
of TARDIS.
funny. I
It
wish
was
I
always
would have
fun.
took a picture of this on the way
Yeah.
home.
It was great.
Next question. What's the most you've ever spent on a pair of pants? I kid you not.
I do not like spending very much money on clothes. So probably not any more than like $40.
I think somewhere in the 60s is my
Okay.
I really
highest
don't
one.
like to I feel 25 should be a limit with pants and jeans.
Okay, so I hate the fact that A, I'm going to admit this, and B, when I was a kid, my mom was like, "You can get pants anywhere,"
I disagree with that.
and that, that's what I'm going with
Yeah.
now. Where I'm like, "That's not true, mom."
You cannot get pants anywhere
You
and
can't
have them
get
fit
quality.
or last.
Well, yeah, you can't get quality pants everywhere. Because I mean, I have had a pair of Walmart
Or
jeans
ones
fell
that
apart.
you want to like go in public with.
Yeah, no,
you know?
no, like in the 1980s, like acid wash jeans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or moms that
actually kinda
have
back
jeans
in
that have
now.
like mom butts,
Yes. Or the ones that have the like your mom actually patched. And it had like the horrible like a freaking sunflower on it, and you just look like a hippie. So that's always fun. No, $120,
Yeah, no.
and I felt
He currently
weird.
owns these pants.
No, those are the pants I ripped.
Oh, no, those are the pants that died.
Wow. No.
Those are the pants that died. He had them for almost 2 years, though.
Yeah, they lasted for more than I've ever had a pair of pants last. So
It's because you got expensive pants.
I got
you
them right
pay
before.
big money for pants, they last.
just to say, I got it right before con in Paragould, right before we did the Friendly Neighborhood Comic Expo. So yeah. All right, next question. Oh God, favorite fast food on the go. Well, it would have been fucking
Let's
Bojangles
see.
if they were open.
I'm not a huge fast food fan.
Have I ever seen you eat fast food?
We have gone on the road and traveled together, so yeah.
But I'm not counting like even when we're around here. Have I ever seen you?
Probably not.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I don't know.
I just
Yeah.
thought about that.
A lot of people don't eat fast food at home. Most of our fast food trips are when we're out.
Or they're like nights like this when we're working late and
And when it's 8 p.m. and it's like, I need to eat something so I can go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I like Hardee's roast beef. Okay.
I don't know if I can ever take your food advice again.
Okay.
What about you?
I really like Burger King chicken fries
Yeah, that's a good one.
and Chick-fil-A. But my go-to
Chick-fil-A
is
is
going
pretty
to be
good.
going through the Steak and Shake drive-thru every time.
We used to have a restaurant here in Paragould. I know there's one in Jonesboro, but it's Wings to Go. And I used to, when I worked here in Paragould, and they were relatively close, we used to go eat there at least once a week. And they knew exactly what I got there that they would just make it for me when I walked in.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would probably get that way if I knew somewhere to go constantly. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. For me, shit. It's always the number 4. I don't know if it like you could go anywhere.
Where?
No.
No, literally, his order is a number 4.
Ugh.
No matter where he goes, and if I'm going somewhere and he doesn't know the menu, he literally says, "Get me a number 4."
And it
And
always
it's
works out for
usually
me.
Some kind, almost always like a bacon cheeseburger is what it is.
Mm.
Almost always.
It wins.
And then I think it's Burger King changed their menu numbers, and now it's like a chicken sandwich or something.
Yeah, it was,
And he doesn't want the number 4 anymore.
Here in town, there's also a local barbecue place that I really like. It's called Oinkies.
I
It's really, really good.
keep hearing about this, and I still
Yeah.
have not gone.
It's delicious.
Final
Richard's
question.
favorite's also Arby's, by the way.
I don't
What?
like Arby's.
Arby's.
Okay, wait a minute. How can you not like Arby's but enjoy Hardee's roast beef?
I just really don't like them, like Jesse
I don't
does.
eat Arby's sandwiches. I eat their French fries, but I don't eat sandwiches or burgers in general.
Yeah,
usually.
like I've tried several different things in there, and I just don't really care for them.
I generally, when we go to Arby's, I just get French fries because I don't
They're
care for
curly
their
fries.
chicken
They're not
strips.
French fries. They're
I don't
curly
care for
fries.
their chicken strips either, and that's what I get every place I go.
I
is
think
chicken
I
strips.
got a turkey sandwich there last time. Like I'm starting to try to branch out and try like I didn't like this, I didn't like this. Let's try something else. Still don't like that.
What is something that you've done that you're ashamed of? That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because I can name like 100 things.
I don't know.
But is it stuff you really want to say on a podcast?
I don't give a shit. I got somebody arrested back home once.
But did they deserve it?
No.
Oh.
Gosh.
No.
I don't know. Like, that's something that would require thought. Like, I try really hard to live without regrets.
No. I mean, you try
know?
to. I mean, there are times where I'm like, I'll throw stuff into people's carts at random in Walmart, and then watch their reaction when they go to check out. I don't do that now because I'm an adult, but about 10 years ago, that was fun to do.
There you go, Richard. 10 years ago, you were a terrible person.
No, I was. I'm not going to deny that. I would also go around. There was one time, one trip that we went to Branson, just out of the blue, and I pretended to be a life insurance salesman because I thought it would be the greatest joke ever because there's so many old people in Branson that I could get away with the joke. Needless to say, it did not work to my favor.
Clearly.
Yeah.
That's weird. I really don't know. Like, that would be something I have to think about. Because, like I said, I really think that decisions kind of lead up to who you are. And so I really just try not to live with regret.
So, speaking of things you're going to regret, let's go to Sweet Valley.
Okay.
Sweet Valley, Sweet Valley,
Okay.
So, what is the title of this book?
This is the second book in the Sweet Valley High series, Secrets.
I feel like anybody just secrets.
Yeah. I think if you look at the cover art, you'll be able to appreciate it.
It's terrible.
Okay. So, if you can remember the first book, it
Phone
was pretty
call,
terrible.
Dumped off, picked
Yeah.
up. We're still okay.
We established that Jessica
Yeah.
was a pretty bad person.
Yeah, Jessica's just a dick.
Yeah. So at the very end of the book, Elizabeth was kind of sort of setting things up to get Jessica back, but it comes to like finale in this one, the very beginning. So what happens is Elizabeth kind of devises a plan to get Jessica back. And so what she does is she writes an anonymous column in the school paper. It's a gossip column. And it's called...
First of all, no school would ever publish that in a paper.
Yeah, it's called The Eyes and Ears. And the tradition is if the writer of this column is ever discovered, they get to dunk them in the pool at the school. So
Dumbest tradition ever.
So Liz intentionally leaks that it's her that writes it. And then she persuades Jessica into wearing some of her clothes. She's like, hey, this outfit looks really good on you. And she has her sister like style her hair just like she does. And so when she goes to school that day, they think Jessica is really Elizabeth and she's the one that's dunked in the pool. So that's how Elizabeth gets Jessica back for being a terrible sister.
Oh my God, you just got pushed in a pool.
Yes.
Boy, that's gonna sure hurt the ego.
Yes.
Didn't they fall into
you.
Didn't they fall into a pool and It's a Wonderful Life and just kept dancing?
Probably.
They did.
But anyway, that's now Jessica and Elizabeth are all even. All of Jessica's terribleness is we're back square
100%
one.
forgiven.
Right.
Sure.
Because she's the better sister.
Right. So
Yeah, sure. Well, let's go with that.
now we're back to the main story of book 2, Secrets.
Secrets.
So this book is once again centered around a dance.
Again?
Yeah, it's been like, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago.
Balls.
Right.
All right.
So
Is that not how many dances you had in high school?
man, I don't know how.
We had 2.
Like, I even made a note here. Like, I don't know how many dances the school has. Apparently, they have.
Well,
just,
so
like,
does
tons of
Bayside
money.
and Saved by the Bell. They have one like every at least 3 weeks.
So, and Jessica's up for queen again. Yeah,
How many queens can one school have?
it's a good question.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. So Jessica thinks it's a great opportunity for her to get the attention of the richest boy in school. His name is Bruce Patterson.
Oh, of course his name is Bruce. I bet his mother's name Martha.
And Jessica's been in love with him for like forever. which apparently has not been that long ago because she was just trying to get with like some other guys in the last
Well, no,
book.
yeah. So she's in love. She has this crush on Richie Rich, and
Right.
is it because of he's okay? So I'm gonna say it. Is it because he's good looking, or is it because he's rich?
He does have a Porsche. It's a black Porsche.
Oh, it's because he's rich. Fuck,
Yeah.
I would try to get with that. I'd
Right.
give that dude a handy all day long. Let's go.
Yeah. And so
Richard's materialistic.
she knows like if she's queen and he's king, they have to dance together, and then he might fall in love with her. You know, while they're
Clearly,
dancing.
that's how that happens.
That's how it works.
Right.
All the time.
Disney movies.
Yeah.
Right. And so Elizabeth's best friend is named Enid. And
Enid's still a terrible baby.
I know, it's really weird. Enid's boyfriend is named Ronnie, and he's up for king. So Jessica's a little worried that Ronnie might win, and then that would mean that Enid would probably win queen. And so she's
Clearly, everybody's voting on these in Paris.
If
Right.
you combine their names, it's Edie.
so she's worried about that, and she said that she's also a little worried about Winston, who's the class clown. Yeah, and he's up for king. And Winston has had a crush on Jessica forever, but she would never consider him to be boyfriend material because he's really annoying. So you guys can keep that.
Well, because he
Keep that
tells
straight.
jokes, and people who tell jokes are really annoying.
No,
Right.
and totally not boyfriend material.
Yeah, no.
Right. Okay, so you guys can keep all that straight for
Yeah.
a moment. Okay, so in the end of last book, Enid had kind of like foreshadowed that there was something she had wanted to tell Jessica, or I'm sorry, Elizabeth, the good twin, but she was kind of nervous about. Well, Enid goes ahead and confesses it this
She's
time.
a man.
No, hold on, because it's real bad. Are you ready? Enid's ex-boyfriend's name was George. And they were joyriding in his GTO
Listening to Whitesnake.
on some type of unknown drug. I don't know what it was. This book was wrote in the 80s, so, you know.
It's got to be cocaine or heroin or...
I assume cocaine. That
Yeah.
seems like the more teenage appropriate
Right.
thing.
And they hit a little boy.
And then they threw him in a river, and then a fisherman came with a hook and tried to kill them all.
He just ended up with a broken arm and a concussion. This book is so dramatic and ridiculous. And so Enid and George were given 6 months probation and drug counseling. And that was enough to turn Enid into a brand new person. But George
What kind
was,
of drug counseling did she go to?
know.
Like,
it just seems like a ridiculous, like, it's so dramatic and ridiculous.
this is my new favorite segment on the show. You know that, right?
I'm surprised you haven't started reading these books.
Oh no, hell no. Sharon does it. I can add in stuff. It's cool.
George was sent away to a private school after his sentencing was over. But George and Enid, they remained in contact through letters. But George, he was also best friends with Winston. So you might remember he's the class clown.
Right.
Yeah. So Enid tells Elizabeth all of this, and Elizabeth says, you know, it's not a big deal. It's not going to affect our friendship. You know, I don't really care. That's in the
As long as
past.
you don't hit me with a car, we'll be okay.
Right. And
That's the acceptable friend thing to do.
yeah. And neither of them noticed that one of the letters that George wrote, Enid, it landed on the floor, and then they went off to bake cookies and, you know, all over.
As teenage girls do.
Right. You know, you have sleepovers and then you bake cookies.
Is that actually what happens at sleepovers?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes, you know.
Because I don't see it.
You don't know my high school friends.
Yeah, and just
It was
depends.
always food.
Mine
It was
made me stay
always
up
food.
until 6 a.m. to watch a Fuel video, like a Fuel music video. But, yeah.
Friends.
Yeah. Okay, so some other time, there's no time like line. I don't know how many days pass. Jessica runs into Bruce, the rich kid, in the hall at school, and she attempts to flirt with him, but she fails really badly. And
Hi, Bruce. You have a nice pencil.
yeah. And so you might remember before from the last book, it makes her really mad when she tries to flirt with people and
Yes.
it doesn't work.
Yes.
So she gets really angry and she goes to her house and she sees Enid is there and she throws like this ridiculous tantrum and she starts complaining to her mom about how she should be her sister's best friend because, you know, she's her twin, and how it was her that actually discovered Enid because she thought Enid was going to be really cool.
They had an American Idol audition and everything.
Yeah. She thought Enid was going to be like super cool, but she turned out to be a nerd. And it's not fair that Liz likes her better. So she went upstairs and she found that letter on the floor. And so she took the letter downstairs and made a copy of it in her dad's office. So,
Hold on. How rich are these people?
well, her
Because
dad's a lawyer.
No, because it's 1980s and having a copy machine in your house,
I don't
that's
know.
pretty freaking impressive.
I don't know. Her dad's a lawyer. That's all I know.
He's
And
doing
it-
cocaine off of
Gotta
it.
remember, this is California too. So, you know, these people live in an imaginary super fancy town that has a mall and everything you need in it, you know.
So apparently a super fancy town now means you have a mall in it.
No, but I mean, it's like a tiny town that has everything possible. You know, like it's described as being a small town,
Right, but,
but it
got
has
everything.
everything.
Yeah, because they were just in a dirt road a couple of days. or
Right.
a
Like
week
it,
ago, yeah.
it doesn't make any sense, but
At
okay.
a dive bar.
Right.
Yep.
So let's see here. This
is the greatest thing ever.
Okay. Again, sometime later. I don't know when. So Ronnie, he starts acting like a real jerk to Enid when they go on a date. And so Enid finally confronts him, wants to know why. And it turns out someone put a copy of that letter from George into Ronnie's locker. Ronnie is Enid's boyfriend. And of course,
This
Enid
is how
suspects.
burn books start.
Yeah. So Enid suspects Liz because Liz is the only one that's supposed to know about it. And let's see here. Sometime later, Jessica gets dressed and she goes to this party, and she sees it as like another opportunity to get with Bruce.
Bruce. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. And when she gets there, she learns that he went to this college party instead. And again, she's mad. And she sees that Ronnie is there at that party. And he's all by himself. So she like tries to charm him. And she convinces him to take her to the dance instead of Enid. You know, the dance.
Yeah.
The Garth Brooks dance?
The main focus of the story dance. And then when Jessica gets home, she talks to Elizabeth, and she says that she can go talk to Enid on Elizabeth's behalf to try to fix things. And she says that, Liz is really not very sure that this is going to help, but because she's not really sure what Jessica's intentions are. She should probably listen to this villain, just saying. But
Remember how this feels.
yeah, but she doesn't really think like it can make anything worse at this point.
Oh, but it can.
Yeah, and Jessica, like, let's see here. I gotta follow my notes. So she goes ahead and gives Jessica the blessing to do that. And Jessica suggests to Enid that maybe Elizabeth actually did her a favor. That now Enid doesn't have anything to hide anymore. And so this only kind of led Enid to believe that Elizabeth really did do it.
So why do I picture Enid to be like 6'6" and one arm longer than the other? Like, I mean,
I always envision her being like this super mousy, like nervous person.
oh, I can see that too.
Yep.
Like, it's
Yeah.
either gonna go one or two ways. Like, she's lurch or she's just tiny.
Yeah. So the next time Elizabeth and Jessica talk, Jessica tells Elizabeth that she's going to the dance with Ronnie. And she says that she's actually
These are
doing
the
that.
worst sisters
She
ever.
says that she's doing that as a favor to Elizabeth. She says that when they're at the dance, she's going to try to get Enid and Ronnie back together.
We're gonna repair Enid.
And that if she can get Enid and Ronnie together, that it'll fix Elizabeth and Enid's friendship. So she's trying to play this off as, again, a favor. So Elizabeth later remembers that Winston was George's best friend, and she considers that maybe Winston was the leak. She isn't thinking it's her
So at
sister.
this point, Winston's Russia.
So Elizabeth decides to go and confront Winston. And Winston tells Liz that Enid has helped George so much in his recovery that Winston would never imagine her and Enid. He would never put her in that position because him and George are so close that Enid has helped his best friend so much. He's very grateful to her. And Elizabeth believes him immediately. He's just so genuine. So Elizabeth goes home.
So she was just talking to the class clown, right?
Right.
So I'm guessing after he tells her this, he does like an armpit fart.
He's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah,
I remember
it's-
this from later in the story. He's a really nice guy.
No, I mean, I just expect an armpit fart. Like after every serious conversation, she's like,
I think it's mostly just Jessica that's a terrible person. So Elizabeth goes back home and she finds the missing letter in the house. And she realizes that it was Jessica.
dun dun dun.
Again.
Or dun dun.
So later, Enid she's at school and she confides in her teacher, Miss Dalton. And Miss Dalton she advised Enid to just stay. She advises Enid that it would be really out of character for Elizabeth to have done this. She said that she can't imagine that Elizabeth would have leaked it.
Yeah.
And Enid considers it and she actually agrees. So Enid decides that she's going to go to the dance alone. And when she's getting ready, George shows up at her house.
So she's gonna make the "I've never been kissed" interest, right? Like that's just in my head, or not another teen movie.
And George takes her. And so when they're at the dance, Enid finds Elizabeth and she apologizes to Liz. And she says that she's actually going to be better off without Ronnie. And she should listen to Liz from the beginning. And Liz tells Enid that she knows who told Ronnie and she's going to take care of it.
Someone's getting murdered in the next book. I can already see it coming.
Jessica's crowned queen.
What a bitch.
And she gets all excited and she pretends, like she's faking modesty.
They drop pig blood on her.
And then Winston is crowned king. And she turns pale. And after the obligatory dance, her friend Kara comes and finds her. And Kara thought it was really weird that Jessica wanted Winston to win instead of Bruce. And so what had happened was Kara's the one, I don't know if you remember from the first book.
Yeah.
She was the one that saw Jessica when she got arrested and spread the gossip.
Right.
Well, Kara is the best one at spreading gossips, and Elizabeth knew that. So she went to Kara when she got to the dance and asked everyone to spread a message telling everyone to vote for Winston. So she fixed the vote so that way Elizabeth or Jessica would not be able to dance with Bruce. So it messed up Jessica's whole plan, and Winston got to dance with Jessica. He had a crush on Jessica, so he had a good night, and Jessica had a bad night.
Jessica deserves a bad night.
And that fixed the whole problem.
Secrets. I expect armpit
Now-
parts during the dances.
Would you like to know the secondary story?
There's a secondary story?
There's a secondary story.
Because that's not convoluted enough.
It's like, look, here's this horrible concoction of meat, potatoes, and earthworms, and now it's fucking dessert time.
I had forgot about this until I scrolled down to it. Okay. Jessica's best friend, her name is Lila Fowler. And Lila is the richest girl in school. But unlike Bruce,
Jessica has a thing for money.
Yeah.
No, I'm starting to go with that.
unlike Bruce, Lila comes from old money. So she considers herself to be better than Bruce because Bruce,
She's a debutante.
yeah, Bruce, his family, they had to work for their money and she just inherited it all.
Are her parents dead?
No, but her family has come into the money. They just continue to inherit it. Okay, so her father recently started dating her teacher, Miss Dalton. Remember Miss Dalton was the one that talked to Enid.
Yes.
Okay, so she really she's not happy that her dad is dating her teacher. And after class, she was standing by her locker complaining to Jessica about it. And she was talking about how her dad was spending too much time with Miss Dalton. Besides that, Miss Dalton's too young to be dating her dad. And she said that besides that, everyone knows that Ken, which is a classmate, has a crush on Miss Dalton. And about that time, Kara walked up. And of course, she likes the gossip. And that's why Jessica really likes her, because she always knows what's going on.
Because that's always good to have, I guess.
Right. And so the bell rang about that time, and before Kara really could have time to ask any questions, she just heard that little bit there. By the end of the day, everyone was talking about how Miss Dalton and Ken had a thing going on. And so it got spread around the school all about how they were dating. And it got so bad that Ken had to stop coming to school. And it was like in the paper and everything.
Who would put that shit in a paper?
Right. And so after talking to Enid on the day of the dance, Miss Dalton decided to face the issue with renewed strength. And she got all dressed up and walked into the dance with her head held high. The end.
Wow. I assume Lila's parents own like some hot dog company, and that's where I'm going to tell myself in my head at least.
I know there's a special edition book that like gives you back like the generations of her family.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So next, guys, one, we're going to come back with a new game time. Yes. And then after that, a really weird nerd debate that you sent me, and I am so excited for this because it's going to be a medical question, but supernatural at the same time. And then we'll talk about what we learned. Guys, we'll be right back after this with more of the most random show on the net. After a long day, nothing beats a good glass of wine. But there's only one problem. You don't want to leave the house. We have remedied that for you. Visit knockingpointwines.com. Knocking Point is a global winery that makes premium wines curated by celebrities and tastemakers and delivers them directly to your doorstep. You don't even have to leave the house. You get 4 shipments a year. It's like Christmas morning, but for adults. Visit knockingpointwines.com and use the code TBK to get $20 off your first wine box. knockingpointwines.com.
Show you how. Let me show you how.
Shirts, books, mugs, squirrels. Shop TBK. TBKmagazine.com/shop TBK. Buy our shit.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
What time is it? Game time, huh? Welcome to a brand new edition of Game Time here on TBK Live. Look, and I know you guys ask for the games that we play constantly, but I know that it's gotta be tiresome to hear Charlie hum songs. Or to talk about where the location of Timmy's penis is. We've got to change up some games.
Very true.
So, or spelling bee, or because we do like 5 games. So today, I'm introducing a new one. Is that band real or fake? I think I said it to you. Is this band really real? Really real.
That's a better a name.
Is this band really real? I have got 10 bands in front of me. Some are real. Some are made up. And whoever gets the most right is going to win a prize.
Ooh.
You want to know your prize now, or you want to wait to see who wins it?
Wait.
All right. So if I tell you a band, I'm going to do an example. So here's an example of a band name. Nursing Home Panty Raid. Is that real or fake?
I'm going to say it's real.
I think it's fake, but I do think it's the name of a song.
It is a real band. They play metal in Kansas. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, you get the gist of the game. You can discuss your ideas in your head, what you're thinking.
Why are we going to discuss?
We can discuss the ideas in our head.
No. Discuss what you're thinking. Just don't give out your answer, and I will count you down. You good?
Okay.
First band.
Still don't understand.
Well, just discuss your thought process. There we go. First band. Let's get out of that sandwich shop.
Okay.
Let's get out of that sandwich shop.
An awkwardly long name.
Yeah.
Not a bad name.
And you know I'm really good about coming up with awkwardly long names, too.
You are good about awkwardly long
So
names.
is that real or fake? Yeah.
I think I have my choice, but it's just because that's...
You got any thought process on this, Sharon?
I think it's really long.
You think it's really long?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so what's your answers in 3, 2, 1?
Real.
I'm going to say fake.
It is real.
Okay.
I say that only because I wanted it to be real. I needed that to be a real band.
All right, that one's real, and that's just weird.
Yeah,
All right.
It seems like a really awkward name.
Oh, Lord. Next up, My Alabama cousin blow up doll. I tried to say these with a straight face, so I can't look at you when I'm talking because they're all funny.
My Alabama cousin blow up doll.
Yep.
That's really strange.
Well, I mean, you got any thoughts here, Sharon?
Even if that is a real band, I don't think I'd listen to their music.
I expect them to be like a techno country band, much in the ways of the dudes who do Cotton Eye Joe.
Okay.
All right, you got it.
Oh, I don't know.
I have an answer.
Ashley's ready. Let me know.
I'm going to say fake.
Sharon says fake. Ashley,
Fake.
it is fake. That is one I came up with. Right now it is 2-1. Ashley's on a roll right now. I've got to see this next one without losing my shit. This is going to be the best part of this game is just watching me lose my shit probably and then listening to me laugh constantly.
We're going to have to video this next time.
The third band is Drop Top Titty Tippin' Time.
These make no sense.
Drop Top Titty Tippin' Time.
Okay.
And I feel like if I were to say what kind of band it is, it's a rap group that does songs for strippers. That's just what I get out of the name. All right. Drop Top Titty Tippin' Time. Do you have anything you want to say right now?
Nope.
Are you imagining the stripper from The Office?
Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
I'm going to say real.
Ashley?
I am going to go with real.
It is fake. It comes from The Pritchard Show, which, by the way, check us out at StarCast. StarCast.com.
Okay. Well, I know you're going to take this a really bad way when I say that.
Yeah.
The reason I said it was real is because I didn't think you could come up with that name. I did not take into account that somebody else might have come up with the name.
Yeah, no. SNS will be at StarCast. Go check that out. StarCast.com. All right.
2 R's.
Yeah. See, I knew what I was doing. I could get the plug-in for StarCast during the game. We butter the bread with butter.
I don't even know if I can play this. Like, you're just...
We butter the bread with butter.
I feel like at this point you should just read them all. We'll sit here.
No. I mean, it's great. I love some of these names. All right, I'm gonna be good now.
Okay.
I'm still trying to get over Drop Top Titty Tippin' Time. We butter the bread with butter.
I feel like maybe you should trademark that one.
Oh, they've already done it. They've done that one. They have it on a shirt. It's hashtag DTTTT. Yeah. We butter the bread with butter. Thoughts? Is the band real or fake?
I'm going to say it's real.
Sharon?
I'm going to say fake.
It is real.
You can't just go real fake, real fake, real fake.
I don't. I can tell. I'm not going to tell you my whole list here.
Okay, keep going.
Tiki and Winky's lubricant supplier.
No. Nope. Nope. Nope.
No?
No.
What are you saying? Real or fake?
Fake.
I'm
Sharon?
going to say real.
It is real! What?
That is weird.
You guys are tied now. Oh, no, you're still up by one.
I'm still up by 1.
Ready? Disco tits. Disco tits.
I can see that being real, maybe.
I could also see Richard coming up with
I
that.
can see it too. I don't know.
That sounds like a Richard kind of thing.
That sounds like a Richardism, doesn't it?
Does sound like a Richardism. You said tits like 17 times today in text.
I do. I think I said, what did I say? Holy tits. I think I said that at least 9 times. Disco tits.
I'm going to go fake.
Sharon?
I think I am too.
It is real.
Dang.
Craig and his list.
I want this to be real so bad. I don't know that it is.
Craig and his list. I love
That also sounds like a Richard thing.
It does.
I'm going to go fake.
Sharon, Craig, and his list.
I think I'll go real.
We have a tie game, everybody. It is a real band.
It's weird.
All right. You guys ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
You have 4 left. You're tied. You could still be tied at the end of 4. I don't know. The next band, Minstrel Pancake.
Ew. I'm gonna go fake just because I really hope it is.
What's your answer?
I'm gonna go real because people are terrible.
It is real. Minstrel Pancake. Oh, good times. All right. Next up, Jack and Jill rolling down Dingleberry Hill.
This has to be fake.
I'm gonna go fake.
It is fake. There you go. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Ashley's up by 1. Evil Edna's horror toilet.
Please be real. I hear sadistic clown music. Like
Evil Edna's horror toilet.
I'm going real.
I'm gonna say fake. I'll probably lose, but I'm gonna go fake.
It is real.
I see sadistic clown music.
All right, so it is no longer Sharon can win the game. You do win, Ashley. Here's your payment for the week. It's $2. What? That's because you earned it. You actually won $2. You should be excited. What?
We didn't even finish the game.
No, you won though. The last band though, the Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza.
It's fake.
I agree.
Oh no, it's real. Look that up on YouTube. It is hilarious. The Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza. What?
I feel like you're saying extravaganza wrong.
Oh no, I am. No, I'm totally drag racing it. I
feel
don't
like
care.
It's supposed to.
It's extravaganza.
It's supposed to rhyme with Tony Danza.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say it that way. But yeah. Drop top titty dip. I still think my favorite one is We Butter the Bread with Butter.
I am correct though in assuming that I picked that one was real because Richard could not come up with it, and Richard did not come up with it.
So we're gonna do this again. But the next game I've got planned is even worse.
Oh Lord.
Yep. That'll be in the next coming weeks.
You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
I am your father.
The Bears. The Bears. Treat yourself 2011.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Hey, what is going on here?
All right, it's now time for the nerd debate, everybody. This one is a little weird. You guys sent me a weird question, and I don't even know what I can say to this, but you guys are awesome. So I checked my inbox after getting mad about She-Ra, of course, and had an email from a fan that was like, I want to know something. I'm a huge fan of the vampire genre. And we're all there.
Yeah.
I think we've all enjoyed some vampire stuff.
The good and the bad, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And the bad, and the bad, and the bad.
And some of the bad sparkles.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the bad was good when we were young.
No. The question is, do female vampires have periods?
I'm gonna say no because you're dead. Your bodily functions are stopped.
But
That was also my answer.
Mm-hmm.
but there are some canon stories out there that vampires give real birth to. And
I'm gonna say I disagree with those as well.
it's all based on the first ever writer who did it. That's it, right?
I'm just gonna
Well,
I
no,
disbelieve that.
It's all on Bram Stoker.
When I see those, I'm like, that's not true. I'm like, that goes against
We've seen it in a couple of different places that male vampires can have babies.
Yes.
With a female human. Because they have some of the stuff, but they're not able to actually make life. 2 vampires can't have a baby. With the small exception of an angel, and that was magical circumstances.
It's a weird question.
Because there was a vampire baby, an angel, but it was not natural. There was
I
magic.
have a feeling whoever sent this question is considering becoming a vampire, but that's another argument for another day.
Well, we
I'm
can't
sure
stop
real
them.
Vampires probably do have periods if it's a woman.
Yeah, I mean, because there are people out there who are regular people who embrace
dabble in
who embrace
dabble
the
in the vampire world.
vampiric. Yeah, and that's cool. Whatever makes you happy.
I've seen a video of a Fang Smith doing work, and it was really cool.
But no, I mean, I get I get the question. Like, I mean, I get it. I actually think it might be the case, but it's not actually blood. I'm weirded out by the. Huh?
If you actually do stop having a period by becoming a vampire, you can sign me up for this.
Yeah, I just think like if we're gonna like follow that, I just feel that when you become a vampire, that all of your bodily functions basically are suspended.
I'm
You're
assuming
you're
vampires
dead.
also don't poop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do vampires pee and poop?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, you're eating,
You're
you're drinking blood, and your body is metabolizing all of it. You shouldn't have a waste product.
no,
They are
'cause
the
you're-
perfect killing machine. You don't
'cause
have a waste.
You're only simply taking that in to replace your life force.
Yeah, I just got this mental image of this vampire trying to go and take a bite out of someone, and they're just dropping pellets the whole way, trying to do like
don't think
just
so.
walking, just
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
looking like a Clydesdale in a parade, just bloop, 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 bloop,
No,
bloop,
but if
bloop,
we're
bloop.
going to talk about that, I do wonder on Walking Dead, what about the zombies?
Oh, they have to shit themselves.
I wonder about that.
Zombies just have to shit themselves.
Right.
I feel like they don't have control over any of their bodily functions.
I feel
and they're
very
probably
much-
always covered in poop.
I feel very much that is what happens. And if we look at The Walking Dead, there's no overgrown yards, and there's no zombies pooping. I feel this is a big plot hole.
Somewhere there's a landscaper going, well, I fucking just lost my job.
Yeah, I feel that this is a big issue.
Because, I mean, what is the zombie blood anyway? Because it's a weird color.
It's dead blood.
It's because like in the beginning of, and I feel this is probably right, like at the beginning of Walking Dead, that they're not like quite as like decomposed, and as the show's been going on, they're getting worse. That's appropriate.
Right.
But
And I applaud them for that.
yeah, I agree with that. They've gotten a lot more mushy. That's appropriate.
But very well manicured lawns.
What is up with that?
Mushy!
And these vehicles that they're just like jumping into, like it's been like 8 years and they still just start. Like, sorry, the batteries would be dead and the gas is gone. Like, that's not happening.
No, you have to try a little harder to keep up vehicles than
Yeah.
that.
That's true.
Yes, it
So
is.
the only vehicles that should work are the ones that they actually normally use.
Yeah.
And even then, some of those may not work.
Right. After a while, they're going to have to figure out how to manufacture their own. Or they're going to have to figure out how to have like zombie-driven carts. Because it's going to be a
Fan belt
problem.
broke. Use a zombie arm. Fuck it.
Like, this
Just
is a
have it
real
hold on
issue.
to its wrist. Let's see what happens.
So they're going to have to figure this out.
I never once considered vampires and having periods, nor the zombie thing at the same time. Like, bodily functions of a zombie and a vampire right now is the discussion that never
I feel if we're going to compare the two, vampires have got to be way more efficient.
Yeah.
well, if they
Like
do,
they're opposite ends of the spectrum.
Because vampires.
so
they're
what fits in the
suspended.
middle? The werewolf?
I feel like they probably function
Maybe
like a mostly normal
maybe
person.
because they are more in between.
Well, I mean,
they
when
are
they're
literally
in,
in
their
between.
werewolf status, do they poop like a dog? Like just
I would think so.
I
Yeah.
mean, I guess if they have to go, you have to go, right?
Yeah.
I just want to see a werewolf.
Mark your
hike a
territory
swing.
whenever you're out running through the woods.
Yeah, I really think that's
Hike a leg on a
exactly
tree,
true.
Hike a leg on a fire hydrant. Where does the mummy fit in?
Well, the mummy's dead.
Yeah.
But the mummy's alive, so what if
By magical forces, the
I
mummy's
feel like
dead.
it's like,
it's closer to the zombie?
yeah, I think so. Like, I think it's on the other side of the
Like,
zombie.
it doesn't have inside stuff.
Does
Or maybe-
Frankenstein have bodily functions?
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
It's just a walking corpse.
He's kept alive by electricity. I don't think he
Yeah.
eats.
that's a good question, right?
I don't
think so.
Frankenstein eats.
Mm-mm.
That's something to think about because I don't
It's
know
just
that either. Reanimated.
There you go. Thank you. Yep, that's what I'm trying to say. It just wasn't coming out.
I just got this another mental image of I'm just
Yeah.
dropping pellets behind it.
No, I don't think so. Mm-mm.
That's a Halloween shirt waiting to happen.
Because it doesn't eat. He doesn't eat.
No, I mean that's kind of what is that all of them? Zombie, werewolf, mummy.
All the classics, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just thinking now I've got this whole like thought process where I've got to go, is this real or not now? I'm gonna watch some Frankenstein movie and see if they eat.
No, I don't
I've
think
never
so.
seen a Frankenstein monster.
Why would
eat.
they need to?
See, I was trying to think if they had or not. Does he eat in the Daniel Radcliffe version?
I don't think so.
Because I think he might.
I don't think so.
I can't get past watching Daniel Radcliffe in anything without going, Harry Potter! And I'm a terrible person.
You are.
Yeah, no, I know it.
I hope that answered your question, person.
You know, I love send in your weird nerd debate topics. We'll talk about them. I don't give a shit. TBK Live at tbkmagazine.com.
I would like to know if they agree or disagree.
I don't think they had it. They were just wondering. They just want to hear probably people argue about it, honestly. I'm with them. Let's just hear whatever these people have to say about this topic. So
It's
High
secretly
five,
Richard.
actually. We're on the same wavelength here.
you guys always are. I got to bring in a fourth.
We're very similar people, dear.
I know.
You have two nurses. That
I know.
like
That's
the
why I
same
brought
things.
this. Yeah, I know. That's why I brought it up. Because I thought there could be a medical topic in this as well. And yes, I was trying to get a Hello Nurse segment out of that as well.
I don't think you did, though. You just got
Oh, no,
read
that's
the
what she
same
was
books
like.
and watch the same.
She's like, you're trying to get a
shows.
Hello Nurse segment out of the show too, aren't you? I was like, no.
Uh-huh.
Not at all. I was going to be like, hello, Supernatural Nurse. And then I had like this whole thing planned and you fucking ruined it. Be right back with more What We Learned and to wrap up this week's episode.
ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. All simple as slow, break me. ABC, 1, 2, 3, baby, you and me, girl.
It's time to end this show like we do every other episode. We haven't done this in a while, but it is time for What We Learned in today's episode. Ashley, what did you learn? It's drop top titty tipping time.
Yeah.
Shout out to
some
those
really,
guys.
really strange band names, and I'm gonna have my work cut out for me to look up some of these because I just need to know what they sound like.
I think most of them are. That's what I just expect. And I apologize for anyone listening in headphones right now.
No, it's probably really loud.
Yeah, no, I know it. I'm looking right at it.
That was kind of mean.
Anything else? Nope, that's it.
Nope.
All right.
No, Richard's really bad at biology.
Sure. No, I look, I never claimed to be good at it. Medical's never been my thing, or the anatomy has never been my thing. Sharon, what'd you
I
learn?
don't think our nursing program helped us prepare for that question at all.
I never had that. And by the way, I just want you to know, our school didn't offer a class about that.
I don't think anything we learned in school helped us.
Oh, well, see, you guys studied it on your own. I don't care. There you go.
We just read books.
I read books too, but I don't read books with anatomy in it. Go ahead.
Again, I don't think anatomy helped us at all. I don't know. I don't know what I learned.
We learned not a damn thing.
Yeah.
We learned that Jessica's a bitch.
Yeah,
Jessica's
that's
a
true.
bitch.
I learned that those books are incredibly convoluted. It's even more hard to talk about than to read.
But it makes for a good time when you're just talking with friends and they just completely bash it with you.
Yeah, it's true. It's fun to talk about. Yeah.
I know what I learned.
What did you learn?
I learned that we got to get to San Diego.
Yes.
True.
That's what I learned in this episode because there was too much stuff going down this. Try keeping up with it. It sucked. Like Saturday.
It would be even harder to do if you're there.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can only
I know.
imagine how huge the floor is.
Oh, and then not to mention all the panel rooms
Yeah.
and but like being like just
It's
covering
like a
it.
tiny city.
Yeah, just covering it here. I was overwhelmed on Saturday. I'm not even gonna lie about it
Yeah.
because it's just stuff was just being sent to me constantly. I'm like, nah. And then you have to decide what trailer to post because there's just too many and you don't want to just spam up trailers.
Yeah.
Which next year I've got a better idea. I'm just going to make one article that continues of
Yeah.
just trailers. And I was like, why? That's a great thought now. But on Saturday when everything's hitting you, you just couldn't do that. That's pretty much what I learned. And the cartoons apparently need to be sexy. Yeah.
I'm
No.
still learning that DC doesn't know what they're doing.
Oh, DC never will know what they're doing.
Maybe they'll figure it out. I have faith.
Hopefully. Guys, that's going to... Huh?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. That's going to wrap up this edition of Live. Don't forget, check out our new website, tbkradio.com. Check out tbkmagazine.com. Shows will be there, too. We're not going to switch that up. Fuck, I'm lazy. Don't forget that we're going to be at Starcast Weekend in Chicago, Labor Day Weekend in Chicago, August 30th through September 2nd. Hyatt Regency. Tickets on sale now at starcast.com. That's Starcast with 2 R's. You can meet us. And it's going to be streamed on the Fight TV app, so you can watch us on pay-per-view. That's not a joke.
I wish it was.
We don't know who we're interviewing yet, but soon we'll find out. Next week, new episode of Live. I've got some new stuff planned. We're trying to reinvent the show a little bit because when you became the co-host, we never really changed the format. I'm not going to say the format's changing because that's not going to happen. But we need to add stuff that specifically is awesome.
Okay.
And I think it's time to update some of the segments. So I don't know what's going to come next week. I don't know I know Weird News is coming back eventually. I don't know. We're going to come up with some new segments. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? Cinecrap this week with Sharknado 2. Am I forgetting anything?
I don't think so.
I can't think of anything.
All right. Just making sure that I had got everything because there's always so much to talk about that I will always forget something. KnockingPointWines.com. Use the code TBK at checkout. So we're going to wrap this one up for Ashley.
Good night, folks.
Bye, everyone.
For the sassy one. Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to say. She just sassed me out of my own
outro.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
Hey, I know there's like 99 days until Halloween. Mm-hmm. Someone sent me an update yesterday.
Count them down.
Speaking of Halloween, you are still going to take over the site for the week, right?
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know that I'm that prepared.
You have 99 days.
Yeah, you have 99 days. Or you have like 95 days to get that ready. So, and guys, we're going to wrap up this show like we do every other episode. We hope you enjoyed this one. Check out all our other stuff, tbkradio.com. And Torgo, you know what to do, sir. Take us home tonight.
You cannot stay. The master would not approve.